everybody. All right, welcome to another spooky episode of the BuzzBoys Podcast. And this week, I am joined by...
Bowser?
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
Mario.
Oh.
Luigi.
Oh.
Oh, I just totally forgot you said twins.
Toad, I guess.
Oh, and King Penguin behind the camera.
Oh,
And
I thought you was going to be King Penguin.
yeah.
Okay.
King Penguin behind the
Penguin
camera.
fans?
And this week we are opening a Lost Origins Sword and Shield pack.
I found
And
a crazy
over
one.
there.
Could this be
hold
like
on,
maybe
sorry, we
fake
got clear on.
fake news, or is this
there you
legit?
No.
So this
real.
is
This
a
is real.
mystery pack.
Because it looks a little.
That's
different.
a
It does
pretty
look
epic
different.
trainer. I'm pretty not familiar with that one.
I'm also not.
Yeah,
bald.
so like pretty much the thing about these is
Uh-huh.
that like it's like kind of like a pull rate in itself of like pulling like a vintage pack.
No.
So like there could be like
so
some
like,
sort of
the pull
like
rate's the pack
yeah,
inside.
yeah, because like there could be first edition jungle pack, first edition like base set, or like diamond and pearl cards, or like packs and all that. But
Gee.
high, or like it's a very like tough chance that like that's the case. So we're probably gonna get something from.
But except we have seen it done.
But we have seen it done.
See
Sure.
open cards.
But-
All right, so let's get
We'll
into
see.
possible-
I mean,
let's
it's
get
all
into
in the luck of the
poll
draw.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pre-poll.
Yeah.
Alright.
The luck of the draw. We'll see. And we do have a little special thing after these packs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
super
a little
cute,
Halloween.
Vivid voltage.
Is that like
Is
the
that
most
classic?
common?
That's a regular.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
like
the most
common
one.
one from these.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like
that we've done a
either
lot.
like a
Yeah.
Vivid Voltage or Chilling Rain.
So we did not get a vintage pack.
Oh, but you got another card in here.
Alright.
Oh, is there a foil in there?
Yeah.
Oh, Buzzwole!
Let me see.
Hey, BuzzBoys,
No way.
the signs.
Our
The
first,
signs with Jersey
literally our
Jerry.
first,
The signs.
our first-
BuzzBoys, BuzzBoys.
our first logo.
Matt
so
Swole, John
Yeah, that's
Swole,
crazy.
Swole.
Our
It was
first
so
yoked.
Didn't see Buzzhole.
I like that art a
Our
lot.
first logo.
I do
I
too.
literally. Do you remember our first logo?
Oh,
It was
Black Borders
just
had one
him.
too.
That's
Black
crazy.
Oh, black borders.
Oh,
yeah.
green border.
card.
But that's not terrible for Vivid
Oh yeah,
Voltage.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
There could be an amazing rare.
Okay, I'm not okay.
So, ready?
Yep.
Lightning.
Oh.
Lights.
Fire.
Dark.
Oh.
Dark. Ooh, dark's kind of cool though. It's
Alright.
spooky.
Yeah, no. I like
God,
that.
imagine I pull a
That's a scary trainer.
That is a scary trick. I don't like
Altar.
that. I don't like that at all.
Jinx. That's my brother Angel.
Yeah, that is Angel.
Mojito.
After 4 days of not going to the gym.
I got nothing.
Oh, that's a
Oh my goodness.
no.
Whoa.
That's-
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
Not alt art, but still full art. It's sick and it looks
Yeah.
very nice.
What?
Damn, dude. I like that. Look at the aura happening.
So let's take a good look at that. Oh, that is
That's
Yeah.
hot.
That's fire.
Giratina.
Let's see.
Full
Giratina.
Ah,
art.
that's gorgeous.
Pretty cute.
It's
That
full
is.
art. That's not the
yeah, here.
2 whatever one, right? No, it is not.
No,
So
no.
currently, in the Pokemon news, which we're going to talk about, there's actually a card in particular that's worth 45
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah, raw.
And it is
Raw.
actually
Raw.
like not graded.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
which is like really rare
from
and
the
like
set.
really unheard of. But all right, so
It's this
now
cute little set here.
we are going to open up the Trick or Trade Pokemon packs for Halloween. These are the current Halloween promotional cards. There's only 4 of them in there. So let's see the best of the best. So what we get out of there.
They're all just
Yeah.
hollows. Oh.
I
Only
think
one.
They all
This is.
Only one.
That's
Oh,
hot.
oh,
It's like
okay.
a
Let's see. So you get the hot one out the rip. Let's see.
Oh, Spooky Boys. Is that the same guy?
Oh, that's it. So let's
Dude,
see.
I
what we got
love
on
this
there.
stamp,
No.
dude. I love that little pumpkin Pikachu stamp.
I know that's.
Yeah, it is
Got
super
one, And you
cute.
got a camera
And I got the
boy.
witch
Yeah.
too. Isn't that cool?
Ooh, all right.
That is actually super cool.
So we
because
gonna.
John just got fucking silverware
Yeah.
John just got a bowl
So
and a lamp.
in a fucking teacup.
So obviously Matt won
Yes.
round 1, but
Yes, he's got
actually
my
I'm gonna give it to
club.
Dom for the Halloween round.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Bonus Halloween round.
Oh yeah, okay.
Bonus
Ooh.
Halloween round?
Who took this one?
Well,
Since you are, I would
there's,
say,
3 of them, so you can grade the whole thing.
a good scary
on a
judge.
spooky
I would
scale.
say, yeah, you're a good Halloween
spooky
judge.
scale.
I would say. Let's see.
Chandelier.
Let's see what we got going.
Oh, look at that.
Phantom.
The wood spooky goes.
Um,
Phantom.
It's spooky.
I think I'm gonna. You know what? I think I'm gonna actually go with John on this one, just because I don't think this fox is very spooky.
No, that fox is looking like he's having like a springtime stroll.
Yeah,
spooky
So
chandelier.
the spider is scary. I like the witch. The witch is dope, but this one just looks like every single thing is just possessed, like the teacup, the chandelier.
Yeah, the teacup looks like
And
he did
then
some
it's
coke.
like dark. I think if
Yeah.
maybe this was like a darker aesthetic, I would. But since John has 3 spooky and this is only really 2, I might have to.
And then like this
Alright.
teacup is like filled with perp. So
Oh,
perp.
you heard it.
A little bit of lean.
That's
Wow.
That's some
that's a
lean
pretty
right there.
spooky drink.
That's
if I
yeah,
were,
that's pretty spooky.
That'll get you feeling real spooky.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's not
Oh,
that great.
boy.
Hashtag not drug guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
No,
Hashtag we don't drink lean.
Yeah,
But anyway,
don't lean.
yeah.
We actually really don't know what it is.
Yeah.
you guys don't.
It's like
Codeine
a
and
mixed-
coffee.
But he didn't condemn it.
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
Codeine and coffee.
Oh my god.
All right.
Codeine and NyQuil.
Yep.
It's what AB
Yeah.
drinks instead of OJ.
Well, you heard it here, but
No,
yep, exactly. But all right. So once again, Matt took it for round 1, and John, I believe, took it
got
for
assaulted.
round 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct. And some very, very nice cards there.
It's like a
But all right, so
that.
we're gonna end the video part of the podcast right about here.
Dink.
Pinky dink.
All right. So, so let's talk about real quick, since the card I brought up was actually really related to Matt's
I know.
pool.
Good segue, man.
Literally,
Yes.
Matt pulled a Giratina,
Yes.
and currently there is a Giratina V that is in alt art, I believe, with I think silver border. I think is what it has on it too.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah, and-
I've like shown you guys this card like before.
This
sure.
one's probably one of the most
Yeah.
detailed alt arts we've seen.
Yeah, no, and I think that's why it's going for so much raw, because like I think they've even said that like this is like the most detail that they've put like into a card,
That's
because
crazy.
because it's Giratina like flying through like a 4th dimension or something, and
Yeah,
it's just like
the
a
art's
crazy
nuts.
background. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
It's literally like a piece of art.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Absolutely.
But this one in particular is actually dropping for, without being graded, $245 straight
Yeah.
off the rip.
Yeah,
Clean, no graded, just like that. So
that's my
crazy.
cards are
if you,
climbing.
if you pull that Giratina V, keep it safe.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say don't put it in your
Maybe
pocket.
send it to your grade.
Or even get it graded too.
Yeah.
So it's a
Okay.
V. It's not even
Yeah.
a V max.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
So
a
it's a V.
very
Oh my god, that is
detailed
so
card.
detailed.
insanely
it's
detailed.
really abstract almost, you
Yeah.
know. But I mean, you
a lot
never see
going
that
on
in
in
a
that.
card, though, you know. So
Uh-huh.
like, it's a piece of art.
Yeah, no, and because I haven't seen any PSA 10s
On
that have been like put out for like to be
Actual-
sold and
yeah.
stuff, but
Yeah.
but starting off raw like 285,
That's
that's
always a good
crazy.
sign.
that's like
it.
Charizard territory.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that. Anyways, just wanted to bring that one up since that was a Giratina that we pulled today. Well, one of them,
Yeah.
anyways. It's a variant, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But
That is the grail for sure of this current set.
exactly. There is another grill recently revealed, a Tyranitar V full art.
Shit's hot.
Yeah, it's actually really cute as well. It's just he looks so big.
Let's pull that one up too.
It's
Hmm.
very nice with the. He kind of looks like Godzilla,
Yeah,
honestly.
that
more
one.
than
Yeah.
anything.
That's
And I think
dope.
just the
It's
art-
fucking lit. It's
Yeah.
such a lit
I actually
art.
like that one more than
Yeah.
the Giratina one, honestly.
That one kind of makes him look like
Because
Godzilla.
the
Yeah.
Giratina one was
Yeah.
too chaotic, and like it's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Very
in that.
abstract.
It's so cool. And
Wow.
this
Yeah.
looks like straight up like an anime opening or something.
Yeah,
He's
for
about
real.
to-
Is that
Fight
dark?
somebody.
I didn't know he was
Or he's
dark.
about to fight like King Kong.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, Big Monkey Boy. I love Big Monkey
yeah,
Boy.
no,
That
that whole
one's-
angle that they took.
Yeah, that one's
Is
really
that one's supposed to come out with Lost Origin?
No,
You know? Or
I
is that
think
the-
Silver
or,
Tempest.
Silver Tempest.
Yeah,
Love that name.
Silver Tempest.
That's a great name.
How do they keep
Yeah.
coming up with this stuff?
I don't know.
They've been crushing in like the name department for all their English sets.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
I don't know how they do it.
But last but not least, for our Pokemon news, we actually got confirmation of a brand new Pokemon. New, I should say, I guess, alteration or version of Diglett in particular.
Yeah.
So we know of the regular Diglett. There's
Yeah.
Doug Trio, which is the
Yep.
next evolution, the 3 of them. And I don't think there's any other, right? That
No.
we knew of yet. I
Do you
believe.
think it's gonna like evolve into something?
I hope not.
else? I can't imagine.
Kind of don't want him to.
I don't want him to.
I kind of don't want him to.
What if it's just like a hand? What if it was just like a finger and then it's just like more
maybe.
Yeah. I've seen those.
That'd be a little weird.
Bro, I looked up
Just like the memes.
I just looked up Wiglet.
Yeah, and that's his
And
name.
you get some weird.
That's the brand new version is Wiglet.
Wiglet, yeah.
Look what happens when you look up Wiglet.
Yeah.
I forgot the second T, and it's just like women's wings.
I don't know.
The Wiglet is a brand new, I guess, evolution of Diglett. He looks like kind of a little sock with a little or a white
Or an uncircumcised penis.
shoe with little lips.
Yeah.
Why
Why they do this, dude?
Who is designing
Who's
this?
doing this, man?
Well, like as soon as I saw it,
them.
like as soon as I saw it, they unveiled it, and I was like, yeah, that's a penis.
Yeah.
Literally in 2 seconds. I was
Pokemon
like,
companies just getting
That's a
horny.
penis.
I
Pokemon-
guess I'm all for like switching it up, but I don't like it.
No, I don't
I
like
think
it.
Diglett was
Yeah.
a character that you can just kind of let it die.
But it's also like, of all Pokemon to like give like a new like form to,
Yeah.
why Diglett?
I also just think, why that? Like, I think
And,
they
like-
could have done a little something more related to Doug Trio or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
more of them, or
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know, something not just like
I don't know, why do you have to be like a worm coming out of the ground?
Yeah, no.
It just looks like a parasite. Like it looks
Mhm.
gross. I don't
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
it.
Like, he barely kind of looks like Diglett, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And I guess
Yeah.
Wiglet, because he's like white, and
Yeah.
wiggles. I guess.
And he
I don't know.
digs.
I
And
didn't,
he's
I
a
didn't know
penis?
Pokemon had race
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Like
Penis
What's
wiggles?
a Pokemon
Shiny.
you would want to see a form of be altered in a way?
Or like to the brand new region like that
Yeah.
they're in.
Mm.
I think a cool one would be
That'd be
Tyranitar, Salamence.
think that'd have been a
Salamence,
cool one.
yeah.
And I thought they would have done
Yeah.
that in Sword and Shield because it was like based in like
I just
British
had one and I forgot
British
it.
lands, and I thought it'd been like cool to do like a cool dragon or something.
Is
Yeah.
there a Dragonite?
That's. I also thought of Dragonite.
Is-
at some
is there
point.
a
Like
Dragonite
little
variant?
Right?
No.
Little,
Mm-mm.
little.
That'd be cool.
That'd be
Vacuum
cool.
wings.
Yeah, little
something
gal.
different. Or even like Dark,
Little
kind of
gal.
like the Charizard variant, where he goes like, what is it, is it the V that he goes
Mega
dark?
Ball?
Yeah, that one
uh-huh.
that he goes like black.
Oh,
He goes, like,
yeah.
black, but like
Yeah.
a Dragonite, like
Mhm.
doing that
That'd
thing.
be
Oh, an
cool too.
Aggron.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So like little
Aggron.
Aggron would be a good one.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do a different, but he's got to be a
Aggron
different
would
type.
be a good one though.
But he's
Yeah.
got to like be like a different type too.
So like not steel. So like something else.
So like I could see him being rock or something.
Yeah, that'd be lit.
uh-huh.
Or like bring if you want to do like an old one, like little Nidoking, Nidoqueen one.
Oh, see, that's good shit right there.
Yeah, Diglett. No,
Diglett.
I don't care about
Undeserving.
the form of Diglett.
I don't like
Undeserving.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So that's pretty much it, I think, for our Pokemon news in particular. So that's going to close us off for that bit. Next, we're going to dive into our yay or nay.
Yeah.
Starting with, oh man, some very divisive, possibly
Was this Matt's,
divisive
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
news.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Matt, lead us into this one.
Just chaos.
Okay, so yeah, like WB hasn't really been causing chaos lately, so they thought let's spice it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
That they
so news broke that Ezra Miller returns for Flash reshoots, singling WB is sticking with the actor. So that's their kind of stamp on him that we're not going to do anything with him. We're not going to redo the movie. We're not going to take him out of this role. We're going to bring him back.
We're gonna bring it back.
What do you guys think about that?
Right.
I think it's a shit show on their part with all the stuff that came out about this guy, everything that this guy's done,
Yeah.
everything, and they bring him back. And we all know he's a
Yeah.
weirdo scumbag. Why the hell are they bringing this guy back? Why do you want him to be on your sets and stuff like that? And just
Yeah.
as a person, you already know how this guy is.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then
L.
Yeah, huge L. And then I don't know. I might be alone on this. I don't even think he was that good of a Flash.
I don't think you are alone. I
Okay.
think there's a big community dedicated to those thoughts.
Yeah, and Dom had the perfect recast for him.
What's
What did I say?
Dylan O'Brien.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh.
one done.
Dylan
like
O'Brien
that.
would have been a great Flash.
Dylan O'Brien just needs to be in more stuff too.
does.
And he's like snarky too, kind
Yeah,
of like
uh-huh,
I don't know.
yeah.
He would have been a good Barry Allen and a good Flash.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't
And I
know.
like Dylan O'Brien. He's a good actor too. I think he's underrated. I think when you give him like good roles, he can like really belt him out. But
But like, Ezra Miller's not even a good
Yeah.
Barry Allen, and he's not a good
Yeah.
Flash, and it's almost like he's getting like this like stapled treatment of it's like, all right, this is a guy that like we're building a foundation around.
Yeah,
type of
like
stuff.
he's Henry
almost got his
Cavill.
own like basically shield, his own like protective shield, because like now that he was in Justice League, this role or whatever, like he's got the role locked in. It's like,
and also, like the fact that they've like canceled Batgirl too, and then they're gonna keep this guy like in the mix.
That's a bad look.
That's a bad look. And then like all these little like BTS like photos and like videos of Batgirl are like coming out, and like there's a lot of fans, and like these like clips are going viral and stuff, and then like fans are like, oh my god, like I really wanted this to happen and stuff, and then no, here we're gonna give you criminal Ezra Miller instead.
Yeah, criminal.
Dom, what's the thing you were gonna say?
Oh, for some reason they keep this movie alive too, which is weird. So not only are they keeping like Ezra Miller's part alive, but they're so adamant about bringing this movie back in general when everything else just doesn't even make sense anyways. So I don't know what like role he has in this, but it's just kind of like the most random, out of place thing for me. Like it doesn't make sense why there's like who's the Batman that's supposed to be in this as well?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton
and Ben Affleck.
And Ben Affleck. There's both.
Yeah. And I think there's another one.
Because it's a Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Never mind that.
Almost, there might be a third Batman.
It sucks. Like,
Oh wait,
and then a couple variants of like Flash.
but it's not gonna be like the George Clooney one, right?
No, God.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't give me the nipple Batman.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so I'm pretty sure we're all pretty easy nay on that.
No, hard nay.
Hard
nay.
I wouldn't even care if he was a good. Like, I don't even care if he didn't even do all of that shit. Like, let's say like he did have his head on straight. I still wouldn't.
He's just not a good Flash either.
I still wouldn't want this. Like,
with the MCU where it's at,
the
MCU where it's at, I still don't want this.
Give me Dylan O'Brien in Edward Pattinson's world.
And then Eobard Thawne, the guy that's in The Boys.
Oh yeah,
the guy, that
guy needs to play Reverse Flash.
Yeah, no.
Wait, the blonde guy?
The dude, I can't believe I'm forgetting his
Not
name.
The dude that plays
The guy that's like
Homelander.
Superman. Yeah.
Homelander.
Yeah, that guy would be a great
Reverse
Eobard
Flash.
Thawne.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
He would be unbelievable.
But all right, so next we have some news in regards to a Madam Web set photos that have been released.
Yeah, no, and it's weird too because like I could have sworn this whole project was on pause.
I thought it was too.
Or something, but it's like they kept coming out with like casting news and stuff, which sounds like a good cast so far. It's got the chick from Euphoria, and then the other chick from 50 Shades of Grey.
Sydney Sweeney?
Sydney Sweeney, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the chick from 50
Who
Shades
her
of Grey.
grandparents think she has the best tits in Hollywood.
Is it Dakota?
Yeah,
I think
wow.
that's her
Dakota
name?
Johnson.
Dakota Johnson. And then
Really?
they
Yeah,
announced
they said something like that. Like
About Dakota Johnson?
Yeah, no, about
about
Sydney
Sydney
Sweeney.
Oh.
It was like their granddaughter you were talking about. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a little weird.
That's
really
super
weird.
weird.
that's just Hollywood.
That's
That's
pretty
just a classic
uncomfortable.
Hollywood
Sure.
thing to say. But no, so
It's actually hilarious.
thinking that like this was on pause, it's actually not, because there's some crazy set photos that dropped that appears to be someone in a Spider-Man suit, but he's like a Spider-Man variant. We don't really
Skin
know
tight
which
suit. Yeah.
skin tight,
Could
cheeked
even
up.
be Venom suit.
The
Yeah,
man is
that's
cheeked
what I
up.
was thinking. Maybe like a Venom
You know,
type.
I
Were you
swear,
thinking the
yeah,
Venom suit?
Yeah.
No,
Maybe.
I think
I don't know
I
what
genuinely
it is.
think it's probably like if you look at the knees and stuff, it looks like bands, like brown bands, and I think it's just an attempt at a tactical but like jungle type suit. I
Yeah.
think that's what it's supposed
Okay.
to be for like advancing Craven to make him look less more like jungle, but more like I guess like Black
Who's that
Panther.
person?
If that's the best way to
But the
describe
person
it.
in that photo, which is pretty intriguing, is
I don't know,
it
but-
looks like Aaron Tyler Johnson.
It looks like Aaron
Yes.
Tyler Johnson.
That or it's Jack Harlow, one of the two.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jack Harlow or Aaron Tyler Johnson.
Jack Harlow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Feed me Aaron Tyler Johnson as a Spider-Man variant.
Yeah.
It sucks though because he could be like his own character in the MCU, like not a variant of a character, but it's okay. Just feed him to me still
I have a
Yeah.
feeling he's
because I love him. Is that
I
Tangerine?
have a morbid feeling about this Craven movie.
So do I.
Yeah, no.
Do you?
I have a morbid feeling about
After
it.
that, I think it's
but
because
like,
like Aaron
there's like
Tyler
Adam
Johnson.
Webb, though.
Yeah, so like this
Yeah.
is for a totally different one. But Drew, like, are you thinking this is like a different style of Craven or no?
Well, remember why I think
Because this is definitely Aaron Taylor Johnson for sure.
I know, yeah. Based on the set photos, it definitely looks like him, and we did talk about like the whole fact that this new Craven is gonna be not the Hunter, but Craven the environmentalist,
Animal lover.
Right? Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Animal
so
sanctuary king.
That being said,
Nature boy.
maybe this might be a prequel, oddly enough, to his movie. Or, like, I don't know, like, because the thing is that if Aaron Tyler Johnson is, like, set in that role, which he is, he's already got the contract, and they've already set, plans for it.
Why would they use him as a variant?
I don't think they will. That's the thing. I have a feeling that he might, that might be Kraven to some extent, and Kraven could be killing off the head of, Spider-Man, Spider-People, Madam Web. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool if he's, like,
hunting the top.
Wait, you're saying Aaron Tyler Johnson is Kraven?
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't we get his cast already though?
That's why. Well, yeah. That's
But like in these set photos.
And that's
that's actually not
that's,
like a.
That's what I meant.
Spider-Man
that's why
variant.
when I said earlier, like the suit. What if it's a variation on a Kraven suit? Like he's
That's
Kraven,
kind of crazy.
but he's
But it
going
could be
after,
stealth, yeah. It
Yeah,
kinda
exactly.
doesn't
He's
look
specifically
like it,
going
though.
after Madam Web this time, as
Madam
opposed to
Web,
regular Spider-Man. He's going for the top.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just could be an idea, and
That'd be
especially
cool.
in the fact that he's already in that role, and this is all connected. Clearly, Sony has all this shit connected with Morbin and all this other fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But like, the point is that like, I mean, he's in that role.
The guy
so-
that's in Morbius is also in House of the Dragon.
And I hear he's phenomenal.
Yes, but he's a big incest guy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, she was
in the show.
Alabama guy.
Was he?
No, I would just assume the way he dances. and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah. I would assume that too.
Yeah, no, that's not totally.
He is unbelievable in House of Dragon though. I
that's
watched
what
a few
hear.
episodes.
He's
I was
like
like,
was made for that role.
But
Yeah.
how
Well,
do
'cause
you
he's
feel about that?
creepy
What do you guys think? Your name.
I
involved
I'm
in the
actually
project
kinda
at
yay
all.
on it. I'm kinda yay on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like,
After hearing Drew, now I'm yay.
yeah.
After seeing Aaron Tyler Johnson in Bullet Train, and if that's him,
Dude.
I kind of want to see more.
That guy needs to be in more stuff too.
Dude, talk about a guy that
That's Johnny
is.
G.
Talk about a guy.
Shout out Johnny G. He's calling me during the pod.
Yeah.
Talk about a guy that is underrated, dude. Like I think he's in that category with Dylan O'Brien that doesn't get enough roles.
Yeah.
And that we
Yes.
should see him in more stuff.
Gotta be in more stuff.
Because after Bullet Train, him as Lemon,
Bullet
No,
Train,
so
he was
Tangerine.
Tangerine.
he's so good.
He
Tangerine.
was Tangerine.
Tangerine,
Yeah.
Tangerine.
And his
Um,
twin brother, that was Lemon.
Yeah, that was Lemon.
Yeah.
Bullet Train, I think what Godzilla.
I need
too,
that
he
guy in
did,
all
Godzilla.
those movies. Though.
Yeah.
I forget his name, but he's super fucking good.
Hey, he's also Quicksilver.
Exactly.
All right.
But
For
all right.
47 minutes.
Now they also up next they released a new trailer for something that we also got a trailer for beforehand, but
Yeah.
this one's more in depth, way more in depth. I would say a little, maybe too in depth for some.
I think a
people.
little too in depth.
But anyways, let's talk about it. So what did they drop?
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
So I do want to preface this that I haven't seen the trailer, and I don't care about the trailer spoilers, but word is that they showed a lot. Though.
They showed. I
Yeah.
think they showed too
What do
much
you guys
again.
think?
I
Yeah,
think
that-
they
that
showed
was
too
gonna
much.
be my
I think
next-
they showed
next
too much
question.
at the end. At the end part, I was
That
just
was
like,
gonna be my
The
question.
end they showed a lot.
you know, I was like, that
But-
part they didn't need. Yeah, I was
Wait,
like,
what do you mean though?
That drop. Like I was like that last part. I think they.
Yeah,
could
but that's
easily-
but the thing is, this is the thing that like I have the hope for in this movie is like obviously they showed the Black Panther at the end. I don't think that's the big reveal of this movie.
Okay.
And I think we
Go on.
all know what the big reveal of this movie
Dr.
is.
Doom.
I think the big reveal of this movie is gonna be Dr. Doom.
That would
They
be dope.
They still show.
I think that that's a win if they go that route.
They show
Yeah.
some random army in
More-
both
more,
trailers, more like
footage.
doing tactical shit, like walking into Wakanda, like doing all
Which
that kind of
seems to be
stuff.
an underwater lab.
Yeah, underwater
Oh,
lab.
yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone's kind
This
of.
is Aquaman.
I really think that they're bringing in Doctor Doom into this, and that would kind of save the MCU if they did a good job. Doctor Doom in the last Fantastic Four was horrible.
This is the
Yeah.
trailer that's come out in the theaters,
But
right?
it looked good though.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay,
Wait.
I actually thought.
No.
No,
this
no,
one
no,
hasn't
no,
come
no,
out
no,
yet?
no,
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 no.
no.
Oh,
This
this
is
is a
a
brand new one.
This was like
just
a couple
like the
days
first-
ago.
Yeah, it was like
Oh.
extra
Oh,
footage.
I thought this was like we saw this one in theaters.
No,
Oh.
no, no, no.
I'm
This is
probably
not the one with.
I'm probably thinking like of like the Woman King or something.
Same actress, I think, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same actress. Yeah. So it looks good though.
We do see also
Namor?
even
You see
more
more
of
Namor?
Namor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you feel
Oh,
about
and
them?
his- and
How
his
do you feel
flying
about
feet.
him coming out
his flying
about
feet.
that?
Yeah.
Is yes.
Yeah, I know.
I think
thought
it's
that was
cool
really cool.
because at least you can tell very heavily in this movie, at least when it comes to Namor, they're sticking to the comics.
Yeah.
Yes,
Very
for the most part.
close. I mean, well,
Yeah.
at least to the god, to his shoes, his most of his
Yes.
look. Like, you know what I mean?
Because
Like,
he was born with those, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was, like,
How do you feel
Yeezys or
about him
whatever?
coming out already and being like, I'm a
Yeezy Air
mutant?
Bethlehems.
I hate that they're
That was in the trailer?
No.
But
He
it's just
came
like
out
that's
and
what's being
like
said?
he the actor was like,
Oh.
yeah, I'm the second
The
mutant of the
actor.
MCU.
I don't like that.
I don't like it. Like, dude,
Who's the first?
Just revealing the movie.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
So,
that's
but,
not great, 'cause she's supposed
but
to be
it was a
an
good
Inhuman.
trailer though. I would say it was a good trailer, but they just showed too much.
Overall, it was a really good trailer. They showed a lot of extra scenes, a lot of extra fight scenes as well.
Yeah.
There was an extra car scene that I didn't even know there was. Well, I mean, kind of expected because we did get a car chase scene in the first one.
In the first
That
one,
actually
which was
really
cool.
good, really good.
Way better than the
actually.
last
Shooty-
fight scene.
shooty
But again, right at the end, they kind of do this thing where like the trailer kind of ends,
Yeah, that's
and then
okay. That was
right
enough.
at the end, right before it like finally cut, they show a ship, a Wakandan ship, in which of course somebody drops down and they show the suit, the full suit.
Do we know from the trailer
And
who's
it's
in
no.
it?
But there's
female
clearly
figure.
a female.
It is
and
female.
now
So-
for sure, like we get, you can clearly see based on the full.
Oh, and
fit
you
of
see
the suit.
M'Baku like a lot in this trailer too.
as well.
Yeah, he's like
Ironheart too, and then
Oh, yeah.
also
But you
like,
don't
they-
see, like, her feet.
So like they showed her taking off, and then like
Which was kinda cool.
inside the interface.
like
yeah.
Stark talking to Friday or
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, that last bit was just the only bit that I was kind of like,
I
like
wish.
had they kept that still closed, that would have drove even more people to see the movie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yes,
Because, like, who's
obviously
it gonna be?
people
Who's it
would have
gonna
been
be?
like, show me the suit. But even if they showed just the feet again, like 2 trailers where they did
Yeah.
the same shit,
Or if they showed-
everybody would have been
if
like,
they
okay,
showed a
now I
small
wanna go to go see
detail,
that.
or if they showed a small
popping
detail
claws,
on the
or
suit.
like
different.
popping claws.
Yes.
Yeah, at the bottom.
That
of
would have
the
been
edge,
good.
you know?
Yeah.
But the
I
fact
saw the still of
the full suit.
like the full suit, and I don't think that they should have showed that in the trailer. I
Yeah.
think wait
I
for the
agree.
theater reaction.
But
of
there's another
everyone
thing.
watching it. Like save that. I think.
There's another thing I thought you
I think
were
they
going
gotta
to talk
save that.
about. Because in the background of another shot of like another action scene, you see a different suit, a different female suit. So I think they're really gonna play on like Shuri has it at first, does not feel like she deserves it, and then Nakia will eventually become the Black Panther.
I really hope
Nakia?
so.
Yeah, Nakia.
But
Is that the
the
girlfriend?
The only
Yes.
thing that makes me fearful of like that not happening is that Shuri is dead center in the poster, and Nakia is right next to her. So
I know.
that makes me not.
They better
think
have an
that.
unbelievable funeral scene.
Yeah.
For
And they
the
better
first one.
do a lot with her because
Yes.
she's got a lot. I hate to say it,
Yeah.
but she got a lot to prove. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
not just like in the movies, but we all know
But
actress wise, she's
Yeah.
still there for some.
Which one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shuri, yeah.
Okay,
Isn't
yeah.
there stuff that she's like a nightmare to be on set with? or
Yeah,
something
that
like
she's
You
like,
know.
yeah, she's like the
almost as bad
worst.
as, like,
But as
Gwyneth
character
Paltrow.
too, though.
And like
Oh.
Christian
But as like
Bale
a
and-
character too, because like I just don't want them to like be like, all right, since there's no Black Panther, there you go, enjoy it.
And-
No, earn it.
Earn it,
Let's
yes.
see her.
Let me see the struggle, not just like
and
with
just-
She-Hulk.
Just like
And
the
as
way
long as you see
Captain
that-
or
That's good.
Black Panther did.
Yes,
Like-
he died,
Yeah.
and then they had to bring him back.
And as
Fucking
long as that's
cool.
what this movie kind of does and turns into more so,
Yes,
I think that's what.
and I think they're gonna do it
I
more with.
think they're gonna make a lovable character that way. Like,
I think they're
that's
gonna
the
make a
bare
few
bones
of
it.
them.
Yeah.
Because I think Namor is gonna be a very lovable character as well.
I think he's gonna end up being.
I fucking
You know what I'm
hate that
saying?
he came out and
Ironheart.
said that. Oh, you think she's gonna take the show?
Because they got her in the cave, dude. I think they're
I
gonna
hope.
like get her to the point to where like she's building like her own suit and stuff, and
Yeah.
like just grinding like in the cave to like get the shit going and stuff. I don't know. That
I hope.
shows a lot of character to me.
I hope, dude. I hope. Does
Yeah.
she have her own series, or it's gonna be her own movie?
Um,
God, I think it's a movie.
Okay.
Kevin
think
Feige's like,
somewhere down the
wiping
timeline.
shows
Off the grid, yeah.
table,
Well, because
yeah.
shows are not doing too hot lately. I mean, not that the
like-
movies are either, but
Yeah.
But like, it would make more sense if it's a movie. I think.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too.
But I think kind of soft A's all around. So
Yeah.
great trailer, but again,
Soft A, the
just-
first one I was hyped for.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the first trailer
I'm
was.
not. Oh yeah,
Especially with the
first
music.
one-
This
First
is
one
the
I
last
watched-
one I'm watching.
Yes, I think same too.
When is
I
it
don't
out?
think I want to see more.
Just
November
before
11th,
Thanksgiving?
I think.
Yeah, just before Thanksgiving, like a week or two before Thanksgiving. It's either the 11th or the 17th, one of the two.
Yeah.
Didn't this one get pushed back like a few times?
No, I don't think this one's been touched.
I don't think I remember hearing news of it being touched. I just know
I
this
think
one
with
was
the
like
script.
I think
that's what was going on with it.
Yeah,
the Blade script.
they were
I know is
scrapping a
all
lot of
over the
scripts.
Oh, that's one that's... Oh,
That one's
I don't want to talk about
We
it.
don't have that one. Anyways, but all right. So next we have some news about
Totally
Barry.
Hold on. Hold on. Oh, fuck. I opened my Cinemark app. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But so then while he's vamping, at the same topic, since we oh no, you're good. You got it.
I mean, it's just in my saved. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna talk about bring up that quick little.
Yeah,
just real
so
fast.
apparently,
It's an absolute shit show.
the Blade one is just like, yeah, it's a shit show.
The main
First they
actor.
lost the director.
Yeah.
Who's that actor? How do you say his name?
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, Marshall. He's
Crush.
like super
Crush that.
frustrated. Just crush that man.
But it sucks because clearly he cares and he wants this to be
Yes.
good. Like,
And I want it to be good
glad he's
too,
doing this
though.
because
Yeah.
how many actors let their roles be shit?
Chris
Like,
Hemsworth.
like Chris
well,
Hemsworth,
this is what I gotta
or
say. Okay, well, you know.
Luke Skywalker. What's his name?
Mark
Mark
Hamill.
Hamill.
Like, yeah.
Well, he
This
came out and said he was upset too.
He comes out,
after.
but after.
Yeah. But he
Too
said he's
late.
upset. They're like wiping the script and going new, which kind of makes me happy. Like at least it's showing that they're not willing to
That
pump
they
out
care, yeah.
garbage. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like it makes me a little nervous because dude, I want this Blade movie to be so fucking good.
I think it can be though. Like,
dude, and I think he's a
it
great
can be
actor.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, and especially since this
Like-
movie apparently might even be connected to the Werewolf by Night.
Yes,
Ooh.
which I'm very excited
Soon.
for.
Oh,
it
and
came out
they-
today.
It's out already.
Oh yeah. Oh, it came out today.
Yeah.
Talk about that next pod.
And then
I'm excited about that.
Can we
one.
also bring this
Thank you.
up real quick? I think we kind of have to. That Hugh Jackman's gonna come out in the new Deadpool.
Oh
Real
yeah,
quick.
Hugh Jackman
We'll
announced
catch
his
up.
new.
Oh yeah, real quick.
Are we cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Ryan Reynolds basically went on to. It was
Yeah.
like a trailer almost,
It
like
was
is
like,
what
I don't
it
know what it
was.
Like
But,
a weird,
They're in like
yeah,
a cabin.
Yeah,
just
and it
them-
was
but
essentially,
just
of
them
course,
two,
Ryan
which
Reynolds being Ryan
makes
Reynolds,
sense,
kind of
yeah.
like almost like how he looks in every single one of his commercials. I don't know if you guys
Just
seen it.
fantastic.
His mobile or his liquor company. He just shows up on screen with his product and he talks and he's like, "All right, go buy that shit." You know,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
go check that shit out.
Uh-huh.
Shout out
Yeah.
Dragon
And
X34.
so-
He loves that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Aviation?
Aviation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dom likes it too a lot.
That's not a free ad. That's a shout out.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's definitely not a free
There's a
ad.
difference.
and
The next one's gonna cost you.
But anyways, it continues on, and out of nowhere, he announces that continuing on with the cast will be none other Logan than
Yeah.
himself, the big man, Hugh Jackman.
I'm not gonna lie.
The classic.
He looks old.
He's looking
okay with it.
old, but the,
I'm okay with
I
it.
think I'm only okay with it because I have a feeling this will probably be like one or two of his last few runs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
if they even pull him for Secret Wars, if
They
they
will.
like do that type of shit, yeah.
Mhm.
But I think the main point is, I mean, come on, we all know it, and it's like the biggest buzz in Hollywood. Fucking Ryan and Hugh are second
Yeah.
69 in each other, dude. They're like best
Yeah.
friends. Like, you know, they're like closest of friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is the biggest thing that now they're finally in the same universe. Why the fuck when they try to make a movie
And
together?
also
Exactly.
remember
Yeah, come on.
that
Yeah.
Wolverine had one of the
That's
biggest
written in the stars.
blue ball moments
Exactly.
in Marvel history where they give him
Yeah.
the suit in the Wolverine and he
What?
never used it.
And he was
Yeah.
Yeah.
so. I mean, well, and then the sewn shut version of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I do hope with him joining this movie that they use the classic look.
Yeah.
The like
I
comic
hope
book
so.
look.
Yeah.
Like I
I mean, they already
think it
brought
can
him in
work
She-Hulk kind
on
of like,
screen. I really do think that they can do it.
Let me ask you guys though: do you want this to be a main plot point? Like, this is the movie. Now it's Deadpool and Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, you know what I mean, side by side.
Yeah.
Or do you want it to be a Deadpool movie where he comes in?
Nah, give me
As
side by
like-
side. Actually,
as
I
like-
think for me.
Yeah.
The adversary, like at first, and
Maybe,
and then
yeah,
by,
maybe something like that.
And then by the end, like they like find a
I
common
kind of want
level.
like a
Possibly.
That could be
60-40
cool.
deal. Like
Because I want to see
more-
them fight.
I do want to
I
see them
wanna
fight.
see- yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
I
what
see
I'm
them
thinking.
fight. That's why I
think
say
gotta
And
that.
give me Deadpool like one action, like when he fights Ajax and shit and all that, because that was just very like, and Ajax has the double axes and
Those are
shit.
both of his swords too, dude.
Yeah.
Because I
The
mean, in
man's
the
just
comics,
moving with them.
of course, like we all know, Wolverine does not have the temper for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Deadpool's a big
Mhm.
mouth, and he doesn't have the time or the the effort for that.
Yeah.
And so, I'm very much hoping that temper's gonna cut short,
Mhm.
and they're gonna fight. I'm sure that's gonna be a big thing. But I don't know if I want it to be the main point either. But
Yeah, no.
overall,
Yeah.
yay or nay? What do you guys feel?
I'd say
I'm yay. Hard yay
I'd
on
say
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big yay.
Yay?
Yeah.
I think yay too. I think it's gonna be great,
Mhm.
interesting, and good change up. I think that's gonna pull
Yeah.
people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for
Mhm.
sure, for sure.
But all right, so last bit of news, a slight change for the MCU stuff, but kind of a big one when you think about it, honestly, because more and more, I feel like MCU shows are I don't know
in the
about
pooper.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Trash.
Well, yeah, like just the movies are headed in a different direction. I mean, based on the Wakanda Forever trailer.
I hope
but
so.
there was some recent news
I think
that
they're getting back on track with that.
exactly that Armor Wars, which originally was set to be a Disney Plus series, is now going to be a full feature-length film.
I like this movie.
Yeah, I like this
And
move.
honestly, yeah, I gotta agree.
Because if it was a series, I could see it being a nothing burger.
And it's just like,
I
and
could
it's,
see it being nothing
and it's
very
just
good.
us watching like five episodes, and then basically waiting till the 6th 35-minute episode of like for something to go down.
For like Don Cheadle and
Yeah.
Ironheart to, and like maybe Gwyneth Paltrow
Like,
to fight
to, like, throw
5
down or
other
something.
dudes.
Because I'm sure the original thought was they were probably gonna follow Ironheart. Because, I mean, she's the newest, and I'm probably they were going to build up to the wars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the thing was, if they did that sort of thing, like, it would have just been like Miss Marvel all over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Following this newbie, this new, brand new to the MCU and building up.
Trying to
but
get her boots wet.
And instead of being the Miss Marvel variant, the Captain Marvel variant, she's the Iron Man variant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Is there any other ones you're hoping you see in this? I'm hoping to see the kid from Tony's funeral.
Oh yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I
And
wanna
I'm
see that kid.
Iron Lad. Right?
Iron Lad, yeah. No. Iron Lad is
Lad is-
Kang's variant.
Yeah, is
Oh.
yeah.
Iron Lad is
Kang's
Kang's
or like Kang,
in one
Kang's
universe.
grandson or something.
Yeah. In one universe where Kane and Tony are directly related.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know who he'll be, and then I'd like to actually, if there's a time jump, maybe little Morgan in a suit.
Ooh. Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
Teen Morgan.
Honestly, I think the only other one I'm kind of hoping to see is, especially now that we got the actual reveal of who, the legit one, bring back the shitty fucking, like, wannabe Mandarin. Do you remember that guy? The stand-in actor Mandarin, dude? That piece of shit that got his own, like, special too? Like,
Yeah, that was so dumb.
But, like, he's a funny character. I think
He
he's
is,
interesting.
yeah,
I
he
don't
is.
know. But I don't know, just in general, besides him, a lot of the Iron Man characters in general, like, even the last guy from Iron Man 2, the main enemy.
Yeah.
Oh
guy,
yeah.
dude,
Dude, it's got the whips and shit.
I think he's a very interesting guy. And
Yeah.
something to bring back would be pretty cool.
I think so too.
But
Agreed.
yeah, but I think yays all around again.
Oh,
once
yeah.
again for
Yeah,
that,
that's a yeah,
it
for
being
sure.
a
And I
solid-
think Don Cheadle deserves that. So.
I do too.
Exactly. But all right, so next we're going to go ahead and talk about the fact that there is we're going to go into gaming, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Did you want me to still do the Joker one or no?
Oh,
or
yeah.
just leave it?
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's because we did like two other.
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah. When I was
bring it
getting
up,
it,
sorry, I
okay,
forgot.
it's real quick. Barry Keoghan hasn't been asked to return as Joker, but
Which
is
I don't
ready
like.
for the Batman 2. And he said, as soon as the call comes, I'm there, man. I'm there. But he hasn't been asked yet, which is kind of weird in my opinion.
So like,
But we said he wasn't
I
going to
don't
be the
think
main
that's-
one.
I don't think that's like a fully like a bad thing too.
I
Because
don't
I don't
either.
think he's gonna be like the main villain
Mm-mm.
in the second one. I think that's all that means. I
Yes.
think that it's just like, all right, they're gonna like take the story in a
Yes.
different direction,
Mm.
and then I can see them bringing in Joker
In the
for the
final,
third one.
The third, yes.
Yeah.
The big
And-
finale.
And
Yeah.
they did make it a point to say that Matt Reeves is very much like very taking his time with this movie,
Which I'm okay
writing
with.
it out,
Yeah.
and he's
Yeah,
gonna, like,
I'm cool with it.
So I don't think that really worries me too
Yeah,
much
no.
because I
Okay.
think it's more so he's probably like waiting. He's just
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
like
I
he's
want
getting
this-
shit
yeah.
done more. So
Yeah.
he's grinding.
I want
Grinding.
the second villain to either be Mr. Freeze or the
Same.
Court of Owls.
That'd be
Oh,
great. And
yes,
and to
yes.
focus on possible Robin.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yes.
bringing a Robin in. That would be
like
sweet.
bringing in, but it's like, are we gonna see like a small time jump in like Batman's like career too? Because like this is
think
only
so.
year.
Like a
think we
2
need
to
to,
3 year.
This is only year one, right?
Because I
You
think
need
in the
to,
next
'cause, I
one,
mean-
in the next thing that they're doing is the Penguin standalone. So I think that's going to be about him moving into power in
And
Gotham.
we still have
Yeah.
the Penguin show. That's right.
That's why, yeah. So I think that's
Yeah.
what that'll
That'd
be.
be great.
Is
Yeah.
that power
Wait for that.
that
It's so
power
good.
grab
It's
of
good.
him?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, but definitely seeing like someone like Freeze or I think it'd be cool
Court
to
of
see Court of Owls or probably Hush too. That's a great
Yeah.
story.
Oh, and they hinted at Hush
Yeah,
too.
uh-huh.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
But all right, so that's pretty much it for our yay or nay news. So next we're going to go ahead and dive into our gaming. Starting off with a very kind of cute piece of news, something that we kind of threw in to switch things up.
Cute.
But recently, for those of you who are 90s kids or lived back then, guess what? Tamagotchis are coming back, but not just that. On January 27th, they have announced some Grogu Tamagotchis.
Dude, that's hilarious.
It's literally Tamagotchis, but your little pet is actually Grogu.
I haven't seen one of those.
Kind of concerning though,
long.
because can't your Tamagotchi die?
It can die. Yeah, you can. Your Tamagotchi can die.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
If it
But-
dies, do you have to buy like a new like little device?
No, you
wonder
just
if-
have to like you reborn
Or
it.
you just pull out the batteries?
I think you just reborn it.
Plug?
Oh really?
Yeah.
I think it just because I think I remember like wasn't it when he
It's
dies?
getting kinda
it just
dark
turns
for
into, like a little
Tamagotchis.
ghost thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
little
it is.
ghost.
But
Yeah, it's messed up.
what do you think? You feed it frogs?
That he's cute as
Frogs,
shit.
like,
Yeah.
literally any.
Dude, I'm actually sad that these aren't coming out earlier because I would have gotten all of you a Tamagotchi like right for Christmas.
When do they come out?
On January 27th, but you can pre-order them right now.
I feel like those things are gonna sell out though.
That's
That's
right.
like
Oh, they are.
Worth
Yeah.
$1 billion
Yeah.
in like
But they're
10
usually
years.
gonna resell for a lot online.
Oh yeah,
I'm
for
gonna check
sure.
it.
The collectible stuff for sure.
Might do that.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. So next, we are going to go ahead and talk about some Call of Duty news, some interesting stuff in particular. Because for those of you who did not know, once again, Microsoft did purchase Activision Blizzard, which of course makes Call of Duty. They're the ones who publish it and release it every time it comes out. You know, they're the big head of it. And so recently, apparently, there was a sort of conference in which PlayStation kind of met up with Activision, basically being like, please give us our games, please, Activision. And yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. Basically, they were making sure that Call of Duty and many of the other franchises that they have will be coming out for PlayStation as well, and not basically be locked onto Xbox and or PC. So yeah, what do you guys think about that in particular? The fact that they basically had to like sit down with them and like, you know, yeah,
No,
give us
and
a
then
fucking game.
like even then it's like still not like
It's
fully
not confirmed.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not guaranteed that like they're gonna be able to like
give them
keep
everything.
Call of Duty in like the next 3 years or something.
Exactly, and it says right here, Sony Interactive went on by saying, by giving Microsoft control of Activision games like Call of Duty, this deal would have major negative implications for gamers and the future of the gaming industry. And they basically went on to say that we want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality gaming experience, and we appreciate the CMA's focus on protecting gamers. And I'm sure that's the CMA's being, you know, gaming protective, you know, copyrights and shit like that. But yeah, I don't know, just.
I think they're poopy pants.
I mean,
I think PlayStation's poopy pants.
they've
right
done
now.
it left and right with God of War, with
Exactly,
everything else, all
yeah.
of their other exclusives, which they hold very close, you know,
Yeah,
which I
yeah.
mean...
And now when
Why
somebody
wouldn't
does it
you?
to them, they're like,
Exactly.
whoa, hey, what's going
Hey,
on? That's
stop
messed
right
up.
there!
Hey!
Exactly.
But it's
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm thinking
It's
this,
business.
that it's like they work out a deal to where PS exclusives get on to like PC, Xbox, and then they can keep their Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And then like, so everybody's playing the same games, everybody's happy.
Yeah, that would be a really,
Yeah,
really
no.
solid deal,
That'd be a
too,
nice
yeah.
deal.
I don't know.
Especially for Xbox.
I
Call
think
of Duty
they
is
could
not
get
a
him. I
big
think they
one.
could checkmate him with that for
Call
sure.
of Duty is huge, dude. I would say Call of Duty is probably like top 5 at all times. You
Yeah,
know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like anytime
Yeah.
a console comes out,
No,
the newest
easily.
Call of Duty is always like.
And like, let's be
Pretty
honest,
key.
as much as
Yeah.
people have hated like Call of Duty and stuff like that recently, they still play it. Like,
It's-
everybody's
it
still
buying
does
it.
so
numbers.
bad in that right now.
It still
Yeah,
does
me too.
numbers.
It
still
pisses me
does
off,
numbers.
dude. Like lately, it's been getting me even more mad because I'm like, I know this fucking game is ass. Like, why am I? You
Like,
know,
what
why
am I doing
fucking
here?
You
I've
know,
been playing
like-
Warzone and Gunfight like I have
But it's
nothing better to do.
still doing numbers though. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like it's doing
Still
numbers.
doing
Because
numbers.
it feels
Big
good,
streamers
though.
are still
It feels good to
playing
play.
it. Yeah.
for the most part.
Nadia.
And it's
Oh,
definitely
God, I
a
hate
time killer too, because the thing is
VPN.
like with the exclusives like God of War and stuff like that. Once you beat it, you beat it.
Yep.
So
really,
you're gonna revert back to something,
Don't have a lot of
and
replayability.
eventually people
That's
just
gonna
keep
be
going
me
back to.
in
I don't know.
Harry Potter.
I want
Harry
that
Potter.
Ghost of Tsushima. I want the God of
Xbox.
Wars. I want the Spider
That's true.
Man.
That'd be
I want to
cool.
spend
It'd be
money.
cool on Xbox.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
be cool. And Series X can definitely run it. But
Yeah.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
all right. So last but not least, a very, very big one. Something that we have all been excited to talk about, and we put it in the gaming because, I mean, it's gaming. Come on, it's
gaming.
it's from Nintendo. It's from a Nintendo Direct, and I think it's something that, again, like they even mentioned in the Direct, it's 7 years in the making. You know, we've heard about this like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally got the trailer for the
Or
Super
teaser.
Mario. Yeah, I guess a
It's a
teaser.
teaser.
For the Super Mario movie.
I love it.
Oh boy, man, we have talked about this like literally last year. We've talked about it when they first announced that Chris Pratt would be joining. Same with Jack Black.
Jack Black.
With Seth Rogen as
Donkey Kong.
Keegan-Michael
Key as Toad.
Charlie Day as
Luigi. And then like a bunch of other
Is anyone
huge
Peach?
ones.
Yes, I don't remember who she
Anya Joy Taylor? Is that
Yes, yeah.
I need to see her
She was
face.
in
I need a face.
Something. So like a scary
Midsummer?
movie or whatever. Yeah, Midsummer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Too scary.
Just go for me.
But anyways, yeah. So they announced it, or they revealed it, and basically it was in a direct in which Chris Pratt and they had everybody kind of talk, or at least the leads in this one, in this trailer in particular, kind of talking. Chris Pratt went on to say like, of course he loves Mario. He's had a history with it. Same with Jack Black, that he's been prepping for this role for a while now, and they finally went on to show the trailer. And what did you guys think?
I loved it.
I loved
Look
it.
good.
They didn't show us too much, but
It was only
just
about
enough,
a minute and a
but
half.
it was great though. It was
And I
great.
think it looks very well animated too.
Yeah,
And
it does. It looks really good.
They did the two big things that I think everybody was really like more so scared of was that we saw both Mario and Bowser talk.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest thing that everybody was like really kind of iffy
A lot of
about.
people don't like
Yeah,
the
they
Mario
don't,
voice.
They don't love it for sure, but the way I see it is like
I
is
feel
all we
like we
got.
haven't heard enough to
That's-
love or
you know,
hate
that's
it.
all
Like she
we got.
literally said like 8 words. I
and then
think.
Yeah.
the only silver lining is when he said, "Well, let's go." I was like, okay, that part. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I like that little
Yeah.
line. He kind of nailed that part. So I was like, you know what? Let us hear more. And I gotta give him a shot. You know what I mean? He's
But it's
sounding
also
okay.
like
Yeah.
there's not a
He's
lot of
totally different
material
Mario.
to go off of.
Yeah, like other
trying
than
to mimic.
Yahoo!
Yeah,
And,
like trying to mimic that voice, and it's
Like
like
you literally just see Mario and you just think of what he sounds like.
Yeah.
There's no there's like no source like
Material,
reference
yeah.
or like material
or like the
saying, like, where he,
old
like,
live
how he
action one that
talks.
they did.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
He's like
just
a thick New York accent.
At least in
Yeah.
terms of movie ones, yeah, for sure. Like you know, it's always
Yeah. Did you see how he prepared for it?
who, Chris Pratt. Or?
Yeah, he
Is that real,
studied.
though?
No, that's real.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He studied Tony Sirico's voice, who's
Oh,
like
that's
R.I.P. First of all, Uncle Paulie.
Mm.
Everyone's
Paulie
Uncle
Walnuts?
Paulie Walnuts.
Paulie
He
Walnuts.
studied his voice. It was actually real. He
Oh.
was like, I wanted to like mimic like aspects of his voice.
Walnuts.
So I was like, that's actually hilarious.
That's sick. That's
So,
great. That is.
hashtag.
It
that is
sounds
my
like
Mario.
he was just
Mario?
watching
Sopranos the whole
like,
time.
like as he got the like as he got this role. I was like, oh shit, well.
That was
since I'm
like
here-
probably an excuse of him to rewatch it.
Yeah,
Sopranos,
Okay,
yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
watch this.
Yeah, I
Doing my
can see that.
homework.
I'm playing Mario.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing in this movie was for sure the visuals. Looks
So
really,
good,
really
dude.
good.
Mhm.
Doesn't really look all that much like the game, but of course super similar. Mario has a little bit of differences. Like everybody's been talking about how he has a neck now,
Yeah.
even though he lost his
Mm-hmm.
ass.
They did nerf his ass.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a little upset.
Yeah.
I'm a
He
little
used
to be
upset
thick.
too.
But I think he looks really good.
Yeah,
I
overall,
think he looks
he looks
really
great.
good.
I do
like,
too.
Like the animation's gonna be really
The penguins
good.
look so cute.
The penguins, they did a great job with giving them like personalities and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's just like little like
Yeah, like-
waddlers.
To where they're just like dead
Yeah.
staring like into space.
And I love in the description of everything they make sure to put out that Bowser will be going over to conquer all of the realms.
Yeah.
And so that's like the games, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Literally go through world by world by
exactly.
world, ice world, big world, desert world, whatever, you
Yes.
know what I mean? And you're saving them and like, you know, defeating Bowser. And that's what we're gonna see.
Yeah,
Bowser's
no.
gonna go through and just tear down these fucking worlds.
But
and,
it's
like,
cool.
These penguins and
Yeah,
like everybody else, these
Yeah,
Koopas.
no, and it's
It's
cool
sick.
too because I think they're like showing us like basically Mario's like origin,
Yeah.
and it's like that's kind of something that like a lot of people don't think about,
Mhm.
but it's
So,
like I
yeah.
think they're gonna like show us the way he got his rep.
Final question before we get off of this this topic. Do you think Mario is from Earth, from like our world? Or do you think he's
Ooh.
like just some dude out there adventuring, like part of this like random kingdom, and then he made it to the Mushroom Kingdom, and then he's gonna go?
I think
What do
he's
you think?
from.
What do you
That'd
think
be
he's
cool
from?
if
He's
he's
from
from
here?
our world and
Yeah.
like
And he starts his like
Super
Chris
Smash
Pratt.
Verse.
No, I don't think I want that. Like I don't want like, like
no.
a
But it's
real
still
life,
like
but I know what you mean.
animated and then like something kind of happens where he falls into this world.
I don't think I want that. I don't want like I'm a regular plumber. Oops, I accidentally fell in this random pipe.
Yeah, no.
Oh, world.
Oh
What do you
my
know?
God,
No,
yeah.
no, I don't want
Yeah,
that.
no.
The Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I want him to kind of just be his own
Yeah,
guy.
I think you want to be a
Yeah.
part of this. I think
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Same.
He's just traveling.
But all
That's
right, so that's gonna be it for our gaming section. Now we're gonna go on to the stuff that we are keeping up with, the stuff that we have been watching. Starting off with She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Latest episode.
Is it over?
Yes.
No,
Was this
one
the
more
last
episode.
episode?
No, one more
One more.
episode.
9 episodes?
Yeah, one more.
Oh, I thought it
It'll be
was
2
8.
hours long.
No, one more episode.
Yeah, we're gonna dive right into the latest episode, which was
They
episode
have
8,
so much to wrap up. It's so
and there will
stupid.
be an episode 9 after this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
no,
it's
It's
I
gonna
thought
have to be
this
like an
was
hour
episode
and
8.
10, hour and 15.
I thought it was 8.
Spoilers for She-Hulk episode 8,
Yeah.
as well as episodes
7,
I guess. Well,
6.
7 was
I-
actually a
6
good
and 7,
episode.
I
but-
say-
6 and 7.
I mean, those were kind
7
of,
was
No,
the
you could just.
based on where we are
retreat.
now.
just filler.
Just-
Like
yeah.
It's
Like,
filler, but
literally
like
from-
there's actual growth for the first time ever in the
Yeah.
whole fucking thing.
With
But it's like if you take out 2 from like 2 to 7, and like the first episode, and then this episode, hey, this is actually good, like decent content.
Yes.
To where first she starts off cocky, and then it's like, oh wait, adversity, and like people are actually seeing her kind of like the monster that they were talking about in the first episode.
Yes.
And it's like, dude, like those other episodes are so bad. Because I think this one was like good. Like it was a
I
first
actually
good
thought
episode.
it was. Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't mind the last one either, but like, because the last one she actually had
I
that
actually
growth.
liked.
I was gonna say, do you want to talk about at least anything big that stuck out to you in the last episode?
For the last one, because so in the last one she goes to visit Blonsky because like his like inhibitor thing or whatever like was messed up. And then her car gets fucked up because he's running that like retreat for all those like weird meta
Ladies.
like human things.
Okay.
Like yeah.
Mhm.
So she has to stay there. So she starts participating in some of the things because she's also down super bad because she absolutely crushed some dude at her buddy's wedding.
Yep.
So this is body count I think 2 so far for her.
Mhm.
2 body count 2, so Jen's absolutely
Piping.
getting it. Yeah, she's piping. Good for her. Good for the girl.
Yeah.
Hey, go get yours. You're young.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
But so she's down bad though. He hasn't texted her back. She's like he's
Yeah.
like ghosting her. It's kind
It's
of
an obvious ghost.
Yeah, it's an obvious.
But it's like,
situation.
during the stage to where it's like, oh no, he's probably busy. or
He's
something.
busy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you're doing the denial thing.
Yeah.
And like you look at your phone like a million.
Like a million times.
By like noon, your phone's at 30% because you will not stop opening it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then they're having like this therapy session, and she's kind of like shitting on everyone else, kind of like that like high and mighty being pretentious, and people
Yeah.
are like,
Just like
dude,
the way she's
chill
been
out.
like,
Yeah.
this whole time. Yeah.
people are like, dude, chill out, like let
Uh-huh.
it out. And finally, she's like, okay, I don't like that like people only care for me when I'm She-Hulk. Like,
Mhm.
why can't people like me when I'm just Jen?
Mhm.
And I was like, dude, for the
That was the
first time,
That was the first time I was like, oh, okay.
people,
I actually,
yeah.
I'm interested
I'm in-
in this side of what her
Yes.
character has to offer.
People can relate to that,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm
Mhm.
like, that's fucking cool. And then you find out that the guy that fucked her literally just did it so that he can try and, like...
Which
To,
I
like,
thought
post
that
it on
was a
Reddit.
stupid reveal. I thought
It
that's
was a dumb
something that
reveal.
they didn't even have to show at the end.
Mhm.
Because you knew.
Because it's just like we all kind of knew
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
with
Explain
the
the
intelligentsia
movie.
thing. So was that before or was that this episode that they were telling her, oh, this website, it's like
That was-
That was the last
That
one.
was the wedding
Yeah.
one. That was the
yeah,
wedding.
that was
so,
the last one.
So like we're all kind of connecting the dots of why this guy was there
Mhm.
and why they hooked up and stuff like that. Because he was probably a part of that intelligentsia like site where they all want to kill her. And it's a weird group of people. It's like a weird Reddit page that's like out of control. And they revealed that it was him and why he was there, and he was downloading stuff off her phone. I just thought that was a really dumb thing to add at the end.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we all kind of connected the dots. Like,
Mhm.
Or they could have written it better.
Yeah.
Which, like, is a theme of the show, is just bad writing. But,
yeah,
like...
so that was my only problem with that episode. Is just like that reveal was stupid. But
Mhm.
episode 8, I think episode 8 does a good job.
It
And
does a great job.
I think it's the best one in the series.
Because also,
isn't saying
like,
much,
obvious, it's not saying much, but obviously, like, and it's not to say that he carried it, but, like, he partially
Yeah,
did.
yeah, he did.
Daredevil, like, you finally see him come out, and he doesn't come out as Daredevil initially. Like, you got, like, 2 episodes ago, you got this piece of shit little, like, Easter egg, like a new helmet or a new mask, and you were like, oh, okay, we're gonna see him in episode 7, then you don't.
No.
And then finally in this one, she's like literally she's defending.
Like, doesn't she like
Nope.
talk shit about him right away, like right out the gate?
Well, no, but she's defending a client first, and that's how she meets him. Is like Matt Murdock comes in, which was actually funny,
And
good
Matt-
humor.
Oh yeah.
Good humor at first.
Yeah.
They were like, he's late to his own case, and then he's like, sorry, I had trouble finding parking, and everyone's confused, and he's like, I'm just kidding, I'm blind. And then like, which I was like,
that was good
okay,
humor. Yeah.
actual good humor for like the first time in the show.
Like,
Yeah. But also, I also thought that She-Hulk was funny in different ways too.
mm-hmm.
But the court scene was good. Between the both of them.
Yeah.
Although I think we can agree, based on this, what we've seen so far, real quick, just to pause you, the court scenes have been so good. Like,
No,
we're
so
gonna-
mid.
No, I mean, like, at least, like, so, like, when we were in the court scene with, what's his name?
Blonsky?
Yeah.
That was good.
That's
was
what I
good.
mean. Like, that was one
Okay.
of the biggest court scenes, like, because the
I'm
first one
trying to think
count,
of
But the
it
one-
didn't count that, like,
but the
when
one
they
with
burst through.
Melissa, so bad.
Yeah. I don't know if that
Or was it
really
Melissa?
Mallory.
No,
That's
it was
the-
definitely not Mallory.
Mallory's the one who helped her with her case.
No, no. I'm talking about like
Are we gonna?
It's
exclude that?
Melissa. the Tony Soprano fucking spoiler. I think it's his name, Melissa.
Oh, that girl, yeah.
That one, worst court scene I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
that
terrible.
That was like
was
the
that the one
one
where she burst in, or was that?
No, that was Titania or whatever.
That's what
No,
I mean.
but,
was that court
but-
scene the same court scene where Titania came in?
No,
that was a later one.
That was the first
That's
episode.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And that was
I
insane.
am think that
So
like
bad.
the
That was
only
so bad.
good ones were.
I talking about Madison.
The one I mentioned was
Madison.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Blonsky was a good
Madison.
one. Could you actually
Blonsky.
see her like being a good lawyer. And
But
stuff.
Yes.
go on, so you were
But
talking about
this
that scene
this
in
one, dude, Maddie Murdock absolutely friggin' like
Kinda humbles
boxed
her.
the crap out of her.
Yeah.
And,
Little humble
boxer
pie.
like a fish.
yeah, boxed her like a fish, dude.
Uh-huh.
And
Did he gut her, or is that later?
That was later.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
but
later.
like you could see them kind of like boxing as lawyers,
Yeah.
and
It was
Maddie
cool.
Murdock knows his shit, and he's a good lawyer. But so she was kind of fighting like an uphill battle from the start. So it's not kind of measuring them as lawyers really, but it was just cool to see them meet that way first.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. I wholeheartedly
to,
agree.
box as lawyers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect-
I agree.
perfect first
And
meeting for
especially
both.
because like they don't know how he figured it out, but like he's like, what did you use for
Yeah.
fuel? And then she's like, what the fuck? Like, how did you know that?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you don't know that like his like all
All
his
of his
senses are
senses.
heightened, you know. So it was really fucking cool to see that.
Yeah.
But what was the other thing? I just liked them both on screen together too.
I do
Yeah.
too. I actually thought the chemistry was
I-
good.
I
Yeah.
like Daredevil, and I think it's cool that they gave him the extra CGI movement.
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, no. Like as Daredevil,
Like he's like an acrobat.
Yes,
the boy was bouncing around.
He was. It looked cool though.
Yeah,
it
no,
wasn't
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Bad.
I liked it. For sure.
How'd
But
you like
then
it,
they end up. He didn't see it. Tom's just like. So they end up
Episode
like
5.
the weird leapfrog guy ends up kidnapping the guy that made Daredevil and Jen's new suits, like that super flamboyant
Yeah.
dude,
Mhm.
and so like he calls, like they call like She-Hulk at first, and she goes to like help, and then they end up fighting.
Mhm.
And this was one of the only parts I didn't like is like they start kind of like getting after it and
Yeah,
fighting. And
I
then
know.
she was like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then like he's running away. He's like, I really don't have time for you right now. He's running away.
Yeah,
and she
no,
punches the
like that
ground.
was good right there because he's
Yeah.
kind of sunning her. And
yeah,
like,
he's like, all right,
and,
you're,
and then like just like the way he's been doing like the entire time.
Yes.
Because Daredevil was just like tapping her head like the
Yeah.
entire time.
yes.
And then
Which
like that,
which
that
it
like,
makes sense because
Yeah.
like she doesn't do the superhero thing. Daredevil does.
and it's by
Yes.
choice.
Yeah.
And like then at a point that I definitely liked a lot to where like he kind of throws it in her face like as they're like about to go into this building. Of it's like, all right, so we're gonna go in kind of stealthy, like blah blah blah, and then Jen was just like, oh no, here, like I can just break shit,
Yeah.
and then boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and like it's like no, that's not how this shit works.
No.
But it's like you also don't even know how it works because you don't.
You don't do this.
Yeah.
Because like you don't do this.
Oh, yeah, but
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
And
but I do.
thought
It's
Why
like-
are you acting like you know what you're doing if you
no,
don't do this?
You know, and then that was like the
Kinda
first
almost turns into
person.
that
That was
thing.
like the first
A little
person
bit.
to like call her on that.
Yeah.
And, like that was actually just nice to see.
Yeah, and it was also cool. I didn't mention the bar scene after they did the case where he's like, "Hey, you're in a really good spot where if like Jen can't defend them in court, like She-Hulk can maybe avenge them after. I was like, very cool part.
Yeah.
That's a very Matt Murdock thing to say.
Yeah.
I love it. And then, so then they go into the lily pad, which like that was corny, but like it's okay. It worked for this.
It's supposed to be because like he's like
a frog and like
a
dumb idiot.
My dad is rich, so I'm
gonna
try to be a superhero kind of thing.
And what we got a hallway scene, and I was about it. He looked good,
but it got cut short though.
It did because I thought we were gonna get a back to back, and I was like, "Give it to me, dude."
Yeah.
I was like,
Also, She-Hulk looks great in her suit.
She does. No.
In general, like
she looks great.
She did.
The suit is nice.
And then also the CGI with her fighting and everything
looked much better.
Yeah, but like there's like still stuff though. I don't know what it is. I just don't think like I feel like that they give her the good CGI for like the fighting parts or like like they like really kind of know what they're doing
standing
when
around.
they give her like I think they really pick and choose when they're gonna give her good,
because
like,
there are parts
CGI.
to where she was like standing around to where like she just looked wonky.
It just sucks because like this.
But it's not good all the time though. That's the thing.
It's not. It's very inconsistent.
Dude, I always
which
fucking
is kind of
think,
wild.
like,
It's like, yo, make it good all the time.
Disney's burned the
why not?
fuck out of themselves when they released fucking Chip and Dale, dude, because they brought up that whole like big aspect of like Uncanny Valley, right? Like animation when it's Uncanny Valley and shit like that. And I feel like She-Hulk is like that sometimes. Dude, I don't know where she's looking, man. She's just like looking, and I'm like,
There's been a time or two where she's done that.
That's pretty funny. You know what I mean? Like that's about the only bits that I'm like, dude, come on, y'all gotta real.
There's been a time or two where you're like, oh, this is bad.
The fighting was.
But it was okay, and it was cool. Like, and then at the end, very cool to see them like kind of both sitting on the building together, talking. And she's just as Jen at that point, and she's not bashful.
No,
she's legit. Like, when do you go back to New York? And then he was like, tomorrow.
I actually really like that part about her. I actually think that's like
good on you.
Yeah,
good on you. And we're not gonna slut shame on the show because Matt Murdock's a slut too.
Oh yeah,
okay.
He's a dog.
Huge slut.
Yeah.
Tony Stark's a slut.
King of sluts.
Yeah. Even what's his name? Star-Lord slut.
Oh
yeah. Huge slut. Yeah. He might be a whore. He might be a whore.
Yeah,
he's a whore.
Pipes mad pink women.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
Star-Lord's dad literally fucked every species.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wait, that's the god of whores.
That's the god of whores.
Celestial whore.
Yeah, celestial whore.
But celestial what's his name doing all the orgies? Fucking Zeus doing all these orgies.
Oh no, and then also what's his name though? The
Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster
doing orgies.
He has a ship for orgies.
They're all doing orgies, anyways.
MCU's just full of.
So actually, this is actually good that you bring this up because I have seen people that say like, "Oh, why do you have to see her have sex all the time?" It's like, guys,
come on.
like think about all the people that we just listed. It's like, come on.
Yeah, let's put this in a perspective.
Yeah.
Now,
like this isn't bad.
I just didn't think it was gonna happen.
She-Hulk get down.
This much,
but that's a sex positive podcast as well.
Yeah. But like that, and the thing is this was actually written good. Whereas like the Tinder stuff, like it looked cheap and dumb, and dude,
cheap jokes.
and lazy, and lazy. But this was good, and it had a good dynamic. So yeah, he goes back. They pipe. She pipes.
And then I also liked I also liked when they were fighting at the same time, but also talking about lawyer shit. And then she like looks at us like, wait, this is kind of doing it for me. I was like,
oh yeah, and she looks at us.
Yeah.
She looks at us. She breaks the fourth wall again.
But that's the part of this how they
like
did
that
this
was good
well.
comedy. That was good comedy.
Yeah. Like, and then like they did this lead up to the hookup thing well.
Yeah. It was good.
I liked it. I liked this episode throughout.
The only thing I didn't like is they made him do like a dumb walk of shame.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that. That was like
you did?
Yeah.
MCU. I would have rather her paralegal like coming into Jen's house and him leaving and being like,
that would have been better.
Oh,
that
okay, you know.
I didn't mind
coffee's
seeing
on the table.
Yeah. I made breakfast or like I made pancakes or something.
I didn't mind seeing Matt.
And then like pulls out his stick too.
Yeah.
And he like goes back to being blind.
Yeah, that would have been funny. But he's in the Daredevil costume, so he's like, But yeah, so that would have been cool. And then the ending
got very real.
Wild and real.
Yeah,
I actually thought this was good.
Yeah. This
so she was winning this award
really
for being a lawyer, like the best female lawyer, I guess, in her region or district or whatever. Company. And so that it's like at a gala, and she's being celebrated. She's there as She-Hulk, but she's there with her family. And then she goes up to accept her award, and someone hacks into the mainframe, and on the big screen, they're like, putting all this hate against her, and then all of a sudden, boom, they show her just getting ready to pipe.
Yeah.
Like literally releasing like a revenge porn sex tape or revenge P word. I don't know if we can say porn on YouTube. But P word sex tape, which is horrible, like a horrible thing for any human to do.
Yeah,
like scum of the earth, and she loses it, and rightfully so. She should lose it. I think my reaction would have been infinitely worse than hers. I would have been scorch the earth type of thing, which she kind of low key does, but not as bad. She kind of held it together.
But she went rage mode, and she was
people
viewed as a monster,
and a horny monster.
Banner's what Bruce was telling her, that it's I've been viewed as this bad kind of monster, and then, pretty much when the people view you like that, it doesn't go back, and then but at the time Jen was talking down, I was like, oh, but I've been through a lot worse, and it's well. Now it's about to get a lot worse, and it's that's cool that it's
to get
she's starting to
almost full
go
circle,
to go through those kind of troubles, just like Banner did.
Yeah, and
that's also why I like this one, because it got real for her,
and it got real quick.
That
she was about to be on top of the world, and then dropped all the way to the bottom. So for the next one, obviously she's probably gonna fight
or what's his name, Scar.
Maybe I don't know if
I think he pops up.
I don't know if he will.
What
if I see that kid?
I hope
that's
not.
Hulk's son, right?
Freaking.
Well, we have
Hulk's
to see something.
Illegitimate son.
We have to see something.
We
have to see something. But I don't know. Do you think we see Red Hulk?
Do you think Banner comes back?
Forced if we saw a Red Hulk.
Do you think Banner comes back?
Yeah, I think he does at the end of this episode. I think at the end. I think she deals with this on her own. Show us that she can deal with this on her own. I kind of hope we don't see Daredevil, to be honest.
No, he's on.
Yeah, no, I think he's already on his plane.
Okay, yeah, I hope. I kind of hope.
Which I was scared for Daredevil.
I was so scared.
I'm 2 episodes.
I'm glad with how they handled it.
If he's in 2 episodes, then he's gonna be
here. Did you say in 2 episodes? If he's
in 2 episodes, then he's gonna be in this one.
I don't know if that ending cameo.
I think episode counts were only for Echo. I think. Because
that might have been because
they didn't say the amount of appearances.
Yeah, they may not have. That might have been.
I don't think they said the amount of appearances for She-Hulk.
Okay,
but I like the way they did Daredevil in this though. I was very surprised. Yeah, and even though it got cornball once or twice, that's not bad for MCU standards.
Yeah,
because they were able to keep him as a serious character, and also throw in their MCU twist.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts?
This is gonna bring up my average significantly, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I the way I do it is I do episode by episode.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends how it ends, I guess. Then I'll say if it's
the last 2 episodes are gonna bring up my average significantly for the show, but that's not to say that it's gonna it won't sniff the 8s. I don't think it'll sniff the 7s. It'll be if it breaks the 6s, but that's just because the first or the second, third, and I think 4th episodes were so bad.
With this episode, from the first episode to the current one, I'm still at a 5.
In terms of averages, yes, I would say that this episode on its own, this episode on its own might have been an 8.3.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah,
8.3, 8.4.
Sure.
Yeah, no, but that's the length of the episode freaking pissed me off though.
Me too. It's a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
Do we want to do?
So that's what I want to talk about real quick. So that's pretty much it for She-Hulk. I think we can all agree. And again, next week is going to be the finale episode technically.
Yeah.
When you think about it. So one thing I kind of want to bring up is Rings of Power. We've been kind of been talking about it. We've kind of been pushing it off, but I believe it only has 2 more episodes left, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So next week is the finale for She-Hulk. How about we do, of course, the finale, focus on that. We can start Andor next week. And then once the finale is up, since it's already just 2 weeks, we just kind of pull all of Rings of Power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's only about 9 episodes, or I think in total, or something like that.
I think right now we're at 8. Yeah.
Or it's gonna be in total something like not too many.
Probably 9 or 10, I think.
Okay, and I was thinking, next week we talk fresh Andor. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, no, that's cool. Because where they're at. Spoiler alert.
It's a good show, by the way.
Oh my god!
This show
is good. Good TV, man.
Very interesting.
And I'm glad
a good change up too for Star Wars, dude.
Yeah, dude, and they do a great job. I wish that they would do this with the characters we love.
we don't give a fuck about half these characters because we didn't even know them. The only one we knew was truly Cassie and Andor.
Yeah.
And we saw him in one thing ever, and we fell in love with him in that.
Yep.
And this continued in this show.
Yes.
It's gritty,
Yes.
it's dark.
But he's
They chose the perfect guy
character.
to do.
But
this
like
with.
as a character, like
Actor,
I think he's
character,
climbing through the ranks of like top character lists in Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Mhm.
I like him, dude.
I do too. And
he's a
I'm
great
sure we'll
actor,
talk
dude.
about it, but in that first episode, you're kind of like, fuck.
Yeah.
And this episode,
so it's not
this show's a bonk show. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
bonk
it
show. A
is
lot of
bonk show.
We're
bonk
gonna
things
start-
happening.
So
Yeah.
for sure, next week
Okay.
we're gonna talk
Yes.
about Andor. So make sure you all catch up with Andor.
So next
and
week is
again-
Andor.
Yes, because it is going to be the finale of She-Hulk and stuff like that as well.
They
so
did have
we're
the
gonna
Star
kinda
Killer
cover-
like Easter egg too.
Which was very fucking
Oh,
cool. Star
it
Killer
was
armor.
it was
nuts.
Sith's like something
Can't
armor.
believe they're
Yeah.
even touching
Yeah.
something, like even touching the concept of
the
of Star
concept
Killer.
of Star
Mm,
Killer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not the Star
Crazy.
Killer, obviously, but
Yes,
like,
yeah,
the,
like-
the thought at all.
But
Yeah.
it's enough to get me bricked.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves, dude. Come on, who doesn't want a fucking Darth Vader secret apprentice?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yes.
Come on. That's
Yeah.
such a
Something
cool
that would
theory
fuel a
in and
show
of itself.
or whatever.
It's so fucking cool.
To do a show.
But all right, so then we'll go ahead and plan that then for the next following weeks, and of course Andor for sure we will kick off next week. But now then we will start with Tom's homework, a very
Yeah,
big
my
one and
homework.
something awesome.
Yeah.
for next
I was
week.
gonna tie this into Rings of Power, but since Rings of Power is almost done, I guess we could just do it because it's not really related. But I was just gonna compare them. But yeah, I made you guys watch The Fellowship of the Ring. Low key is my actual favorite Lord of the Rings.
Dude, such a good movie.
It's my second.
And
Also,
one.
I
it's
forget
a guys
how-
being dudes movie too.
It
Yeah.
is.
right
and-
off the gate, like
And I
from the fucking
forget
very
how
beginning
much
with the
like this
hobbits.
movie holds up now, though.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Because like there's
Even
some
the
things with the
action's, like,
CGI is like a
amazing.
little
And the
wonky,
shots.
but for the shots are
shots-
still hold up to
And-
today.
And so that's what I was gonna say, and something that's very prevalent in that I really noticed in Rings of Power, the shots, dude.
The
They're
shots,
so
So much
the
better.
action scenes and shit like that, where the
Oh,
camera's
yeah.
very moving and very like.
And so
into
much
everything.
better than The Hobbit. The Hobbit, I was so disappointed with the CGI.
Yeah.
Because you can see the action so clearly. That's
Yeah.
the very important part.
And if
Go on.
you've seen the three different things that they made, I think Rings of Power, Hobbit, and then Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was not a lot of CGI for some of the fight scenes. They just really had a lot of people in like makeup and suits, and they would fight.
Mhm.
Compared to The Hobbit, where it was literally just all CGI.
Yeah.
And then I feel as though Rings of Power does a good job of
The mix.
a mix of both.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Agreed.
CGI with a lot of like. I mean, they put $1 billion into Rings of Power.
Mhm.
So
It shows though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
really does
actually
show.
shows.
Like,
Pretty.
So, I guess going back to Lord of the Rings, I'm not going to talk about the movie so much because, I mean, like, it's been out for, what, 18 years now?
Mhm.
19 years now?
Yeah.
In my opinion, Lord of the Rings franchise will be a classic, but I just want to ask you guys real quick, who's your guys' favorite character in
Legolas.
I
Legolas.
had that one.
I like Gimli.
Yeah,
Gimli's my
dude.
favorite, dude.
Gimli's
I
so
love
And also,
Gimli.
um,
Hobbits,
Aragon.
Aragon?
Aragon, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah,
That's
Boromir.
the
I really like
Strider,
him.
that's
And
one
obviously,
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
loves Dumbledore.
Yeah, Gandalf, I
Everybody loves
think.
Gandalf. dude.
Yeah,
Come on.
I think in the second one, Gandalf
Everybody
really
loves the White
starts to
Wizard. Big,
well,
tall.
he's not
Alright,
the
but
White
it does
Wizard
bother
yet.
me
But
how
I mean,
Frodo
you know
says
what I'm
Gandalf.
Gandalf. It's
Yeah.
his Hobbit accent.
Gandalf.
Gandalf. Oh, dude,
I hate
honestly,
when he says it.
fuck all you guys for disrespecting my fucking
What?
boy Sean Astin, Samwise Gamgee.
Samwise?
That guy was so
Um,
funny,
Second
dude.
breakfast.
Yeah, second. Oh,
That's
that's Two
Merry
Towers.
Heaven, yeah.
But anyways, go on.
But and then my favorite was actually Boromir. Boromir is actually my favorite character in all of Lord of the Rings, even though it gets murked in the first one. But sad scene. If you guys are in Lord of the Rings, like what do you think you would be?
I would want to be a dwarf.
I would be dwarf.
I would
For
too.
sure.
No, actually, no.
So it
Yeah.
is.
No,
I
I want to
think
be an elf.
I think elves are a little too
100%.
regal and high royal.
They're, like, pretentious, yeah.
Yeah, but
I just like the
I
dwarves.
would,
They're
I
just
would,
down
I would
to,
be like the other elf that
down
who's
to
like
pound,
boys with the dwarves.
Yeah.
That's why dwarves are.
Elrond?
But I mean,
I would,
dwarves-
I would, I would
Elrond.
be like him.
Yeah, it's also
Yeah.
true.
Dude, and then you
I'll
get
be traveling
to
all the time.
like not like getting too into Rings of Power, but like you really get into like Elrond and fucking Durin's relationship in it.
Durin is so
Alright, so
Durin's
in,
dog.
in the movie, do they
Love
say
Durin.
Elrond in?
Yes,
in the
yes.
movie?
So the Elrond in Rings of Power,
So like that's why
they
I-
look
so
nothing
question-
alike. They look nothing. It's the same
Yeah.
guy, but they look nothing alike.
Whoa, hold on. So then Elrond's the one that.
The one that he announces them as the
He'll-
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah,
That's
him.
him?
Yeah.
That's
Oh
him,
my
yeah.
They look
Okay.
nothing alike.
Okay.
And
Yeah, dude, they
do you see
completely
Galadriel in this one? In Fellowship, yeah, right?
In the forest? No,
Is
what
she-
about
Yeah, in the forest.
What about
It's
the
her.
chick?
That's her. In,
The one that's a bad bitch in
in
the
Rings of
show,
Power.
that's her,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes. So you
Dude,
do see
because
that.
Elrond
that
looks
was
so
like
different.
super confusing
Yes.
to me because I was like they have the same name.
Yeah, they are
but
the
they
same
look
person, but
different.
they're not the
Like
same.
they,
Yeah.
they look very
Because
different.
I was thinking that it was
Yeah.
like the
Almost
same
completely
kind of
different.
lineage or something. That
No,
was, like,
yeah,
his
yeah,
grandson
no,
or
it's
something.
just, no, because elves are essentially immortal.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
die.
so
Up
that's
until
cool.
they
That's
get
him
killed.
though. That's
Up until
they get
him.
killed,
That's
More or
dope.
less.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I will
Oh,
say,
that's
like,
cool.
even though they don't look alike, the guy that they picked for young Elrond's so
Yeah,
fucking
he's
good.
still similar.
Oh
dude.
yeah, no, he's
It's a
crushing
fucking
too.
other
I think he's
guy.
doing a really good job.
And they do have like small Easter eggs from Rings of Power, and you kind of hear him in like Fellowship and like other movies, like the Mithril, for example.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
Mithril,
Frodo's
mhm.
armor.
the ting.
Yeah, which is super cool. Also, I don't know if this is like an official one. I think this is one that, like, a little theory of mine that'll eventually become like proven. But in the Harfoots, so like the
Yeah, who are those motherfuckers?
They're
just said the
essentially
most
hobbits.
Useless
Variant.
people ever.
they're
and when you look
variant
it up, they
of
are a
Hobbit.
variant
of hobbits.
They live
But
in the same
when you look at like
rocky
their
pond.
little like things that they carry, like they're essentially like their homes and their towns.
Their veils
The
and shit.
wheels
They're on,
are essentially going to
Mo-
become the doors of the Shire.
The Shire,
And you look
yeah.
at them, they're the exact same.
What?
Yeah.
And that's what they were. They were ancestors.
Big
of
brain.
They're
the
ancestors,
Hobbits.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay,
But they're basically the fucking same. Like you know,
They are, but I
So
feel
are
like they're
hobbits.
more more like
Goofy.
nomad and,
Yeah.
and
So that
yeah.
so the Rings of Power is for sure before the Hobbit.
Yeah, so
The
Rings of
Hobbit,
Power
yeah.
is, the-
So
is
for
the
everything.
second.
That was the other thing I was
Okay.
gonna bring up real quick. So, Rings of Power is actually before The Hobbit.
Yeah.
And The Hobbit is before Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Kind of a weird thing to do. How
It's almost
Lord-
Star
They
Wars.
were released. everything
Yeah, almost Star
backwards.
Wars esque.
to an extent, but Star Wars more or less just kind of went like there and then back and then forward. Lord of the Rings is
Which is
going
keeping
back
back,
and back,
yes.
back. How do you
Yeah, they
feel
just keep going
about
back.
that?
They're gonna go back to cavemen, like elves and
Because
shit.
to be honest, there's even more lore behind this. Like it's
I'll-
insane. It is.
Maybe fucking Star Wars should do it. You know what I mean? With the Old
Well, because
Republic.
they can.
Dude,
Yeah, they can, yeah.
case in
Take a
point,
note.
This
Yeah,
is working.
they can,
Like, this is
yeah.
cool. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like I really don't mind, and I get it. Like in the lore, for many people that are like very very familiar, they already know what's kind of the endings of these characters or whatever. But that being said, like this is very fucking awesome and satisfying to see
Yeah.
on screen, like the
Mhm.
fights and everything,
Yeah.
and everyone
Yeah.
talking.
Well, and
Even the
then-
emotional aspects of it, like it's awesome. This is like the epitome of fantasy.
And then
dude.
once
Yeah.
they lead
great.
up to spoiler in episode 7, I'm not gonna say it. Once they lead up to a certain area
Oh yeah.
of how it becomes an area.
Yeah.
So good.
Is awesome though, cause like you already kind of know it though, but you're still like,
Yeah.
God, dude,
Yeah, and you're so invested.
so
Yeah. Honestly,
yeah,
Star Wars can
I
do
don't
the
know,
same
it's awesome.
exact thing with the Old
I
Republic.
like it.
Yeah.
Star Wars is actually
Very
different.
exciting.
So, Lord of the Rings can do what Star Wars, like, in my opinion, couldn't. Whereas, like, moving forward, they kind of messed up with the sequels. It's kind of weird. There really isn't anything after Lord of the Rings that was written. So they're kind of just going
Well, 'cause
backwards.
Tolkien died.
Yeah, exactly.
He started doing
Yeah.
stuff and then he like
Well-
scrapped it and was gonna continue to do more and then he
Yeah.
died.
So I think there's room. Okay, so apparently there's a lot that I didn't know because this dude literally created a world, like
Yeah, like an
Insane
actual
Thing, a
world.
whole language,
a whole
like,
language.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weirdly, Gandalf isn't the
Might be
only
God.
wizard. So Sauron is one too.
Yeah,
but I
he's the
guess
White Wizard.
there's ones called the Blue Wizards too. that-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yo.
So apparently there
Are they
is-
blue?
I don't know.
Well,
I
their
have
cloaks
no
are
idea.
blue.
Their cloaks are blue. But apparently, what happened was when you created this world, these two wizards were in their like another area, like just not like where Mordor was, stuff like that. But then they went to Mordor and then they were gone. Like there's nothing else about them. So I think that if you get a good writer, you can continue the story somehow.
Just
Maybe
those
make them
two.
dark wizards or something.
Mhm.
That would be cool. Would you guys want Lord of the Rings to continue forward or just cut it?
Well, I actually like this because as someone who isn't really well versed in the lore of Lord of the Rings, like
yeah.
I
It's
just
a
think
lot.
it's
so
fascinating
much.
every time they just go down another path.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
so, it's just like the more the better. And then I think with the writing, just as long as you have like good quality writing and it makes sense and it leads to like the next point that we all kind of know because they just keep
Mhm.
going backwards.
Yeah.
That I think it's fine to do.
I don't know, and
I
it's
think it's fine.
and it's because like I think it's good too because they done such a good job at like building this world
Yeah.
and like showing us too, and then like all these different like cultures too.
There's a
like
lot, yeah.
they've done a crazy job with it, and I think it's fine if they like keep going back.
If they just keep going back,
I think
more or less than moving forward.
Or well, it's like, it's just
season,
like I'm
season
like
2's already starting.
like I'm kind of timid.
It's such a good show.
So they're
Like
keep going
I'm
forward.
It
kind of
is.
timid for them to like jump back like into the future because it's like they've done that before with Star Wars, and it just doesn't go well.
Yeah. No, I think what they're doing here is because this is essentially Rings of Power is essentially the second age. It's like considered the second age of like what Tolkien wrote. So they're essentially bridging the gap between the start of, actually not really the start of the second age, like at a certain point in the second age, all the way to like where the Hobbit starts, and then like
So then, with this, like I know we kind of veered off from like the actual movie.
Yeah.
But like this will be like my last question. But with them going back, are we actually gonna see any of the rings?
I don't think in this season we are, and that bums me out.
Because it's
So-
really called like
Rings of Power.
The Rings of
Because
Power.
there's all the we
Yeah.
all know.
The
all
only
different
thing
rings.
I think the only things I think we have seen is so far is we've seen the tower in which they're going to build the rings,
of course.
which
Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor, thank you, was like the essential like the chief engineer of that. We see what they're gonna use to make them, which is gonna be the Mithril.
Oh, and then that's dude.
Yeah,
like,
and then
all these things are being like put together because like those
Yeah.
like
It all connects,
because like those first like 3-4 like episodes, I was just kind of like. I just don't know like enough of the lore to like be like, oh yo, they found this rock. No shit, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, what is this for? Like,
And,
like,
yeah.
But
I was just
also that's actually why I'm glad that Dom has watched the movie.
yeah,
like,
because
once
that
you, like
that kind of helped me
hear
connect the
them-
dots.
yeah,
Yeah,
hear
kinda
them like
yeah.
talk about Mithril and how special that like
armor
God,
is.
Frodo has it.
like
Frodo
like the
has it.
chain
Yeah,
chainmail,
yeah.
But and then like they show in the movie that there's 9 of them, right? That there's 9 rings.
Well,
No,
there's more than 9.
There's more than 9. So there's 9 for men.
There was, I think, 7.
9 for just
Oh,
men.
that's right. Yeah.
7 for dwarves.
And then
3 for
11.
the elves.
Damn. So
So
maybe
they
they
got a
like-
little bit of everything.
Alright.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I think they could
I
do
think it's all
sequels
the
actually.
No, they're going.
Yeah.
Well, what they're going to do is essentially after this. So this is they're going to show like I have to imagine that they're going to show them mining after something happens. They're going to mine the Mithril, and then they're going to start But what I think that they've introduced characters who have already had who will have the rings at some point.
Yeah.
I think one. Well, we know one is Galadriel. Galadriel and Elrond both have rings.
Right.
And you see that at the beginning of Fellowship, right? Galadriel has her ring. Yeah, they are.
What do those
yeah.
rings do?
They're rings of power. They're
Power,
essentially like they make you like a more powerful
They're
being
like
than what you
Infinity
are.
Stones.
And I think I think it depends because some
Or
of them have
it's-
certain
kind of.
abilities.
Or
They're
it's
like Green Lantern.
Or it's more like
Yeah, like kind of Green
Okay,
Lantern
yeah.
rings, I guess. I would
Like,
say.
then
what do they do?
there's-
But they're all kind of different.
They're all
because I mean,
different.
case in
They're
point,
all
the one ring
different.
to rule them all like made the wielder invisible. You know, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
something kind of unique.
Yeah.
So
that
if
the
you,
others do,
it's
know?
low key kind of weird, and a lot of it has been named canon now, but a lot of it still isn't. But the games actually touch up on it
On
an
it a
insane
lot,
amount.
yeah.
So that's
So-
I was gonna say
yeah.
that real quick. Going
Oh,
just
Shadow
cycling
of
back
Mordor.
real fast.
And
Shadow of
to
Mordor.
your last question,
Mhm.
you asked us like, what would we want to see if we were going to continue?
Yeah.
Honestly, the best way to gauge that, drop a game. Drop a new game
Honestly,
in just
yeah.
in an open
Ooh,
world and
fuck,
an
that's a good
open, just like you
idea.
can lead it wherever it want, and based on the sales and see where that
Mhm.
goes. And that would easily gauge on like, oh, people do want to see
Yeah.
just more random shit, but just in the world of Lord of the
And
Rings. You
so-
know what I mean?
What I was gonna say is it's actually kind of funny because with those games now starting to burn into canon, they've only moved back. So the games are a part of another age too, where Mordor's are already established, but it follows another ranger, much like Aragorn, but his name is Talion.
Yeah.
And Celebrimbor is like a wraith. He's like a spirit. So he was an elf that created the rings. And when Talion died, he became like, how do you say, like you can't die? Like how do you immortal until he ended up becoming one of the Nazgul that's in Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. So
All the creatures and everything is just so fucking
so
sick.
Yeah.
what Talion did in
Orcs.
Lord of the Rings, real quick, I'll just explain it like for like half a minute, is he was tasked to taking down Mordor, and he had a ring of his own.
Yes.
And you kill like these Nazguls in the game, which are the witch like king type deals, and they ride on those dragon things and all that. So you end up finding out that
Well, those are the ring wraiths.
the ring
yeah.
race, their rings they were men at one point.
Yeah.
like Aragorn says in Fellowship.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And then what happens is Talion loses his ring that keeps him immortal, so he's actually gonna die, and he puts on a possessed one, and he spends the remainder of his years fighting off Mordor until it fully possesses him, and then he becomes one of the main
ring wraiths.
Ring
right?
wraith.
Wow.
And he actually dies in Return of the King.
He's the Witch King.
When the volcano... No, he's not the
He's not the Witch King?
He's one of them, though, but when the volcano explodes, his thing gets hit by a thing, and that was Talion that actually died.
Yeah.
And the games... the reason why the games are actually important is because if you actually play them, they go into depth of what each ring was and, like, who possessed it. So there are certain aspects of it where... do you remember in the second one where the king, when they're fighting in the two towers, and he says, Helm, Hammer, Hand will be heard again? He was somebody that got possessed with the ring as well.
Yeah.
So he was like a king. And if you... Low-key, if you are into Lord of the Rings, just watch, like, the lore of it, and you'll be like, wow, this is insane. They go into even, like, the spider in the third one, in Return of the King. She's actually, like, a person.
Yeah.
She, like, turned into, like, a spider.
A spider, yeah.
And she actually helps Talion... like in all it's really crazy.
Actually redone since I've been watching.
I might have to do it again.
I'm gonna start.
But I've read all of it because I have like the big ass one.
Is it on Game Pass?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think it
is.
I think it is on Game Pass.
Aren't there two of them?
The Shadow of Mordor, which actually came on the 360,
The games?
and then Shadow of War came on the one.
I think we should play it. Which one explains like the rings and stuff?
Shadow of War. Shadow of Mordor is like a world build type deal.
Yeah, it's more,
so they kind of get you into it. But Shadow of War, like it's very like.
And I find that interesting though because like honestly, in all of the majority of like Lord of the Rings lore, we really don't dive into the rings. Like you know, it's always the one ring. You know what I mean? Which I mean, it rules them all. Makes sense. But
so does it only rule them all? Just if Sauron.
No.
Sauron
wields it.
Yeah, he also had one.
No,
it was essentially like so before
like,
Sauron.
Takes you to another dimension and. Like,
well, that's like another weird thing, like where it's like this kind of alternate like universe between life and death and stuff like that, and like almost like a shadow realm. No, so before Sauron, who's like the big bad in these three, right? And they talk about him in Fellowship and how he's essentially rebuilding his army and coming back up.
That's the eyeball tower.
The eyeball tower, yeah. So and that's the guy at the beginning who is essentially just he's at that point he was the most powerful being, but before Sauron was Morgoth.
Morgoth
was like the essentially like the devil of like this thing, and then he like when he was essentially defeated and then taken over, Sauron became like the next big bad, essentially like the Thanos of Lord of the Rings, which is super.
So I think
sick.
Sauron right now, Rings of Power, is currently. Would you say he's moving? Like he's just kind of going.
Yeah, he's moving, but no one really knows where he is, which is cool. But
wait, so Sauron is alive.
Sauron is alive in Rings of Power, but they don't really know. It's kind of like Voldemort, where like Voldemort kind of died, but he didn't really die, so he's like really weak, and he's trying to really build up his army, and that's what you see in this. So then, he's eventually going to.
So then in Fellowship, that's why like it's kind of Mordor like gaining its peak now, and then of course you get Two Towers and Return of the King, and then I think as well as like. I won't go into any more about Rings of Power because we'll just talk about that in like 2 weeks when it's over.
Yeah.
But real quick, what was your favorite scene in Fellowship?
Fuck, it's so hard.
Oh, it's gotta be the one to where like they like defend that room, to where they get kind of cornered.
Oh yeah.
In the mines.
Yeah,
in the mines of Moria.
Yeah. No, and then it's just a bloodbath, and like they're all just freaking like fighting for their lives. That one.
And it's just no word. It's just.
And that has a direct tie into Rings of Power.
And it's just like they don't say anything. Yeah. It's just they're just throwing hands with these they're
orcs. They're orcs. Yeah, they're orcs.
Those ones are orcs. So there are three different. There's orcs, Uruk, and Uruk-hai. I think Uruk-hai are actually a mix between man and like elf, right, or some of that.
Yeah. So no orcs. Yeah, that's why they have pointy ears.
That's the one that we're seeing in
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power.
Yeah.
They're the first orcs.
Yeah, they're like the first ones because they can't even be out in the sun yet, which is why a certain place ends up becoming a certain place.
And then like they were like from like the first elves that like became dark elves or something.
Which J.R.R. Tolkien is a huge Christian, like a very devout Christian, and a lot of this is like based on biblical kind of references where like in the Bible, like half of the demons and like the devil himself like were angels at one point that like became dark and stuff like that. That's essentially like they were elves, and then they fell to the they fell to the dark side and stuff like that, which is super cool. But yeah, so that's essentially it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but that scene in the mines, that one's been my favorite scene since I was a kid.
I love that scene, dude. That part in the game when you played the Fellowship of the Ring game was so
like
hard.
on PlayStation, right?
Yeah, I could never beat the cave troll, dude. I couldn't, but I love.
And it was
always
a crazy build up too. Oh my God.
I love that part where he's like, they have cave troll.
They have a cave troll.
Yeah, they have a cave troll.
What about you? What's your favorite scene?
No, that one, because and I thought just thought it was cool. Like you don't hear anything, like they're not saying anything. It's just swords clashing. Everyone's just doing their own things and like
fighting for their lives, dude.
Everyone's
no dialogue. They're literally just going at it.
Yeah, I know. So,
that part always scared me too because I didn't like it how they shot it where Frodo like looks around and he's like avoiding.
Anxiety.
Yeah, I was a kid and I was like, I didn't like that. That scared me. What's your favorite thing?
For me, it's super fucking tough. But always as a kid, like I loved the scene where Gandalf gives himself up against the Balrog. They're trying to escape, so it's directly tied to like that scene. It's just kind of more towards the end, because as a kid you're like, dude, Gandalf's so fucking cool, and then he gave himself up, and you're like, and he does a fly, you fools, and like just like where he's like Gandalf, like no, and you're like fuck, and even like your favorite guy, Boromir, like at the end, like everyone's sad and they're crying. And he's like, give him a fucking second, like for Pete's sake, like let him, let him like mourn. And like Aragorn's like, no.
Yeah, like we orcs will flood this place by, which actually
Aragorn's a dog.
That very dialogue where he says, give him a moment for pity's sake is actually in Rings of Power.
Yes, it is.
And of course, I don't know if you guys know this, but that scene, the mine scene, that's where the dwarves are in Rings of Power.
Dude,
it's the same mountain.
Yeah. That's the Mines of Moria.
Yeah, that's right.
Really? Made because of a certain spoiler.
Yeah.
Have you not seen this episode today?
No, I have seen it, but I was saying because of a certain spoiler.
Do not. Yeah, there's certain things you do not say. Yeah.
So that's why when Gandalf is reading the book and he says they are coming, you'll see everything kind of.
And even in that when Gimli,
it's so cool to get the full like visual view.
I have too.
Yeah. We got to see it in the movies. Like
I have too. No, I was no, that was part of the direct tie. Yeah, is that those are part of the mines.
I have questions I have to ask.
But I think my last pick is
what's yours?
Pick. The mine pick. Honestly, like I love the mine pick. Like it's just, dude, that scene is like. Honestly, in terms of like cinema and stuff like that, like it's just unreal. It's just raw. It's
so
gritty.
Badass. Too.
It's so like fantasy filled though at the same time.
But there's no CGI too.
Sword.
No, the only CGI I think is the cave troll. That's
it's kind of funny. So
like
Gimli,
the cave troll, but
Gimli, the dwarf, his fight scenes. So they would have set things that they would do, like Legolas because he's very Strider and all that.
Yeah.
Gimli would literally just look at the orcs and be like, "You three come after me, and then you come after later, and I'm just gonna kill you guys." And the actor would literally just
there was no well in terms of like you mean in terms of choreography.
Yeah, there was not
like the actor himself was like, all right, you come and I'm gonna fucking hit you.
Yeah,
and he would
attack them too. Yeah,
like the stunt guys were kind of like, all right, dude, kind of take it easy. Yeah, because he didn't give a fuck. Like, but that was the dwarf, you know, and that's who the fuck the dwarf is he just swung his shit. But I mean, at the same time,
a little bit of method acting.
Yeah. And the main actor was actually like something over 6 foot, like huge.
They had to like really CGI him down to like.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Because fucking.
He's like 3
But
feet
anyways,
tall.
any other questions?
That was your favorite scene too. My favorite, obviously, is Boromir's sacrifice.
That's such a good one.
He gets corrupted by the ring, but then in the last moment of like his life, he gives himself to save. He tried to save Merry Pippin. Badass scene. Absolutely love it.
Oh, against that big fucking.
I forget
What's
his name.
I was about to ask you his name.
Orc.
Yeah.
He has a name.
Right?
I forget he has a name. That's my favorite scene, as well as I like the darkness of like Aragorn. He's just some random guy that comes in. He's sitting in the bar, like nobody. Like, and they're like, oh, they call him Strider, and then he's just like he's skilled enough to just take on the ring race, which is like wild.
My second one is when they're actually doing the fellowship, like when the fellowship is first born and they're all at the table and they're kind of like the elves are like, no, it should be us, you know, and you're gonna find out why.
A bunch of alphas.
Yeah, well, you're gonna find out why the elves take this so personally. I think in Rings of Power, you're really gonna find out why the elves are about to take this so personally, because it's kind of their fault, and they're so high and mighty, and it's kind of their fault.
In the movie, Elrond says that he was there, like he brought him to where he had to throw the ring.
Yeah. With the
Isildur,
which I think Isildur's in Rings of Power.
Isildur's in Rings of Power. He's the little brown
the
kid.
general's son.
Yeah, the one that gets them kicked out.
That's
Isildur.
that name.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's
him.
what that.
All these things are
Freaking
clicking. Now.
Wait, so then.
Yes.
Okay.
Isildur dies in Fellowship. You see it in Fellowship.
Yeah, but like.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I because this is a Rings of Power spoiler.
I didn't watch the episode that came out today.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
In Fellowship, you see him die. It's the whole monologue in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, and then my second favorite is when, who's the girl elf?
Galadriel?
No, the other one. The one that Aragorn's in love with.
She's a fucking dog.
She's a fox.
The one that beats
Fuck. Liv Tyler.
Dude, when she's in the river and she
Fox.
sends the water, like, she brings
with the
water
horses?
With the, that was it. So,
Alright, but I am like the other girl who's in who plays Wasp, but like she's in The Hobbit. She's like
Oh, yes.
yes,
I think
redhead,
she's the
yeah.
best elf.
Oh yeah.
I think
Bonk,
Yeah, that was
Bonk
the
City.
Yeah.
That elf.
Okay. So,
But she's a baddie too.
that's pretty much it.
Ass.
I was just gonna ask you, where does this what do you guys rank this movie like in your scale, your movie scale?
This is so high for me. The Lord of the Rings are some of the highest ones for me. All of them are in the 9s for me, except the Hobbit series. I'm talking about the original trilogies, all in the 9s. I have this one at a 9-1.
I
they're in
think,
the 9s.
yeah, the
This
like
is
OG
like
trilogy might be in the 9s too.
Yeah,
And this is my
the
favorite.
Return of the King is for me is a
Everyone's
9-8. It's like one of the highest movies I've ever.
I gotta
seen.
watch them all
Great.
again.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite
Randomly,
is
like I'll
usually.
just watch them all, and I think I'm gonna do that.
I think everyone's favorite is usually Two Towers because
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite one. It's always
But,
been my favorite. But it's not because of the fight.
and there's a lot
That's
of
the one
great
that I always
scenes.
think about. Like
Fuck,
if
yeah.
if we're
They're
talking
unbelievable.
The Lord of the Rings,
So-
I think about the.
A big thing that we kind of don't get is that like Legolas is like an elf stray kind of.
Yeah.
So like the elves are very like high and
Yeah.
mighty. So he was the one where he's like talking and he says, "I'll die with him. I'll die with Aragorn," because
Mhm.
elves are like, we don't want to die with like these people.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
like the
Like,
idea of
ew,
dying with
gross.
Yeah,
men.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's when it's very like when he fights for Aragorn, he leaves for Aragorn. Like he's
Kind of like the
essentially-
guy that we're following now.
Mhm.
And Arondir, yes,
Yeah.
the
Arondir.
the black elf, yeah.
which is sick.
The
He's sick,
ranger,
too.
yeah. Him and Legolas have a lot of similarities. Legolas is probably one of the best warriors ever. Arondir is definitely not on that level, but shares that same similarity of like,
Mhm.
I will fight for these people.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's the
Yeah,
thing that
Where he
makes,
fights with, he doesn't look down.
Yeah, he doesn't look down
that's the
on
thing
it.
that makes Lord of the Rings so good, and the whole fellowship of like so cool and so interesting is that it's the best of the best. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's the best elf we can get, the best dwarf we can get, the best ranger we can get, the best sorcerer. You know what I mean?
Delta.
Well,
It's
technically,
Delta, yeah.
it is, but it's also not.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because
To a certain
it's
degree.
those who are willing. Because
Yeah.
Galadriel
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Elrond both kind of like
went
were
their
two
hands.
of the greatest elves. And I know
But they
Elrond's
also
only.
already had their fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
that's
already
true.
had their prime in the
Yeah.
past.
That's true. But
This was
but
like,
Galadriel, for a
now.
very specific reason, and you're seeing it right now in Rings of Power, says no for a very specific reason. And I love that you're seeing that in Rings of Power, doing such a great job.
And it's
of it.
very important to also just say this real quick. Aragorn is Isildur's heir.
Yeah.
So
He's the promised
yeah.
king
the promised
of
king
Middle-earth.
of Middle-earth.
Oh no way!
So
Yeah, so he's kind of like he doesn't want to have anything to do with the throne.
mhm.
Like he doesn't want to have anything to
Just
do with
wants
the
to throw
throne.
hands.
Yeah, he just wants to be like a hardworking guy
Ranger, a
being
little
dudes.
ranger.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a ranger.
And the thing is too is that I don't know if you noticed this. So Boromir was supposed to be next king to Gondor, but Boromir dies. Little part of respect here that I think like people don't even notice when Sam and Frodo leave and they're like, should we follow? And he's like, no. He's actually putting on Boromir's braces as respect. So I don't know if you see it after when Boromir died, he's putting on his like Gondor braces. And
Yeah,
then he becomes
which is
king.
super cool.
Yeah.
But which is also unusual though because Faramir's also alive.
Yeah, but Faramir was hated by his.
Yeah, but Faramir was hated by his father. And truly, when you read the lore, because dude, even just like the glossary and the appendices of like Lord of the Rings is so much
It's
reading.
very
And I've read it
So-
all. Like literally, just had all the time
I
in
guess
the world.
that's pretty much it. You know, no much more to say about Second Breakfast, but
Yeah. What about second breakfast?
shout out Mary Pippin. They're like one of my favorites too.
Yeah, great.
Do you guys have any more comments or questions on like this in general?
I have a lot of questions, but it's because of
Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no.
like rewatch more of that, and I'm definitely gonna
The
start
Lord of the
playing
Rings
the game.
too, and then
I'm
like
definitely gonna start playing the game.
Play the
'cause I've
game,
never
dude.
did.
The
plus
game's
they're
done.
on
The game is
HBO too,
insane.
so that's really nice. So
Yeah.
they're very accessible.
Yeah.
yeah.
Watch them on HBO. Definitely get into Rings of Power. Play Shadow of War if you can. It's definitely I think on Game Pass now, as well as picture just Assassin's Creed and Lord of the Rings put together. It's
Yeah.
the same exact thing.
Yeah, like I've seen like the gameplay. It looks really
I need more of that gameplay in my life.
The cut. You can honestly also just watch the cutscenes, and it has a great ending too. Because
Yeah, it does.
It's like a peaceful ending to a man that ended up becoming corrupt. So I would definitely get into it. So.
Very good. But all right.
Alrighty.
So that's going to close us off for Dom's homework. Now it's going to be, I believe, my homework.
Yes.
Yep.
It's going to be the first pick for Halloween this
Let's
time
see.
around.
Don't
What
scare
are we
us too
doing?
much.
And I'm actually going to switch things up this time around. I'm not going to pick a movie or a specific one thing.
Oh god, it's a
I'm
game.
going to give you guys, I'm going to do something that Nick did, but I'm going to give you guys a list of
Okay.
cartoon specials.
Oh, I love
Okay.
it. This is
So
such a good.
nice. Good
It's
one.
going to be a mix.
I like that.
Ed and Eddie. We're going to go SpongeBob.
Oh,
we're gonna do
I love
everything in
it.
between.
okay.
And it's kind of great because my question this week is, what is your favorite cartoon Halloween special?
Oh, dude, there's some really good.
What's your standout one right here? Let me ask you. What do you guys think?
My favorite cartoon Halloween special.
The first one that comes to mind is SpongeBob, and then it's like I think it's like the
Hatchling and
slinging
Slasher.
Sure, okay, yeah, that's a
That's a
spooky
really
one.
good one.
Billy and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy.
Billy
the
and Mandy's got good ones.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, Jack-o'-lantern
Yeah.
was so
Man.
fucking.
I don't know. I have to think. I have to think about it.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come back with the list. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. We're gonna have
Yeah.
a list
please.
of basically a lot of the main at least classic ones that many and or everyone is pretty much familiar with.
Oh no, I lied. The Scooby Doo, the one with the witches.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that's when I knew I was incredibly straight
Yeah,
as a
no.
kid.
In Zombie Island.
They also got us into
Oh, that
Goth
was
Girls
so
too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they
They
got
were the first
yeah,
ones
that
that
was-
It's true, it's true.
Yeah.
But all right, so you guys heard it here. Once again, it's gonna be cartoon specials. Once again, it's gonna be SpongeBob, everything
Oh,
in
I
between,
love it.
all mixed out for the odd parents. Everything.
Jesus, I forget about that.
So, all right, so that's going to be it for the podcast this week. Anybody else? Anything else? We got the question. We got everything else, right? We got it. We're solid.
Yeah, I think.
And once again, next week, Andor.
Andor.
Yeah,
Andor.
very excited.
Catching up.
This has been good. That one's a very long one too. We're gonna be watching Andor for a minute.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
Especially because in the finale.
Well, that one's like 16 episodes or some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
16.
16.
Dang, dude.
All right.
Cause I'm already like trained in the brain to be like, all right, so what's gonna happen in like 2
we only
episodes?
got like 2 more episodes.
Like we only got 2 more episodes. Like is Darth Vader gonna show up? Like what the hell? But no, that show's unreal. That show's been great. They don't even need lightsabers in that show.
No. I could go this whole time
Or like,
without one.
or
Nope.
like they don't even have to associate it with Star Wars. Dude.
Yeah.
Like it's been that good.
The writing's just good.
You know, that's what happens when you have good writing.
It's really, really good. But all right, that's it for this weekend. Once again, Matt, you ready next week?
Yes.
For your
Yeah,
Halloween
yeah,
pick.
Just don't scare the fuck out of us.
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you. You can do
Or
what you want.
well, yeah.
Matt's
no,
not.
yeah.
Matt doesn't really like
I'm-
scary movies. Right?
John and I went with
I might
Spooky
scare the
last
fuck
year.
out of you guys,
We
yeah.
went- I
I'm
was thinking
thinking
last
that.
actually. But
Yeah.
But all right. Anything else? We're all good?
No,
We're good. Yeah.
All right. So
yeah.
thank you guys for sticking around for all of the buzz and the boys talk.
Oh, you
Bye.
did some
Bye.
shit.
Bye. Love you guys.